Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Homecoming 2021.
Okay.
Go get started on Homecoming.
So here we go. We're going to get started on Homecoming. We're going to let you listen to that, so we're going to go away and let you listen to the Homecoming Court.
High School Homecoming Court.
So here at Mavericks Stadium, got homecoming festivities as the ROTC leads in the, let's see, that's the color guard, the cheerleaders, and the Mavettes. They'll form a little walkway on either side of the 50. And now our homecoming honorees are getting lined up across the field from us on the Jacksonville sideline. In just a moment, you'll be able to hear the announcer go through that list. We've given them to you here. We'll give them to you again quickly. Freshmen tonight, Daniel Diestado, Jelani David. Sophomores, Dallin Shaw and Baylor Burris. Juniors, Luke Berryhill and Ruby O'Vera. Seniors, Michael O'Vera, Brooks Fitz, Ayana Johnson, and Sadith Ortiz. So that is your homecoming court tonight. And you'll hear a little bit more about them here in just about, hopefully just a minute, as the Big Red Pride finishes up playing that entry to get them set up.
We begin our homecoming court tonight with freshman Prince Daniel Diestado. He's being escorted by Mrs. Erica Harvey. Daniel is in Ag Mechanics and is planning to attend TSTC to become a certified welding technician. He enjoys watching sports and having fun. Freshman Princess Jaylana David is being escorted by Trent and Shelda Sparks, as well as the loving spirit of her late father, Michael David. Jaylana is in our MHS color guard and is qualified for a solo during this year's guard competition season. She has dreams of attending college at LSU to become an engineer. Sophomore Prince Dallin Shaw is being escorted by Adam and Melissa Shaw. Dallin is on the MHS varsity football team, the MHS varsity baseball team, and the MHS golf team. He plans to continue playing baseball at a four-year university and wants to major in sports medicine. Sophomore Princess Baylor Burris is being escorted by Brad and Nikki Burris. Baylor is on the MHS varsity cheer squad as well as an All-American cheerleader. She is an active member of the Emmanuel Baptist Youth Group and serves as an officer of our MHS FFA. Baylor plans to attend Baylor University to become an orthodontist. Junior Prince Luke Berryhill is very good. Luke is in the MHS Big Red Pride Band as a percussionist. He is also a member of the MHS Choir, MHS Theater, and takes dance classes. Luke wants to be a voice actor and animator. Junior Princess Ruby Alvera is being escorted by Martin and Yolanda Alvera. Ruby is on our MHS Varsity Cheer Squad and is a member of the MHS Aided program. She wants to attend Panola College to become a registered nurse and eventually to be able to travel as a nurse. Senior Michael Alvera is being escorted by Angelica and Lupe Alvera. He is a quarterback with our MHS varsity football team. Michael is applying for college with the hopes of playing college football. He plans to graduate college and become a realtor. Senior Brooks Fitz is being escorted by Jennifer Brooks and Tucker Fitz. Brooks is on our MHS golf team, a part of the National Honor Society, Interact Club, the Starfish Society, FCA, MHS Varsity Choir, and he is an MHS Mavericks Captain Manager. Brooks is applying at A&M and Baylor University with the goal of majoring in business. Senior Ayana Johnson is being escorted by Victoria Foreman. Ayana is our very own MHS Mavet captain. She is planning to attend Kilgore College and wants to become a rangerette and a dental hygienist. Senior Sadid Ortiz is being escorted by Jose and Mizrahi Ortiz. Sadid has been in our MHS Avid program for 5 years. She is a member of the National Honor Society, Interact Club, and is in the top 10% of her class. She also won the Best Black and White Drawing for the Junior Division in 2021 and placed at Region for a medal award in the VASE Art UIL. Sadid has been accepted into Northwestern State University, where she will major in psychology. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've all been waiting for. Your 2021 MHS Homecoming King is Michael Alvera. Your 2021 Homecoming Queen is Ayana Johnson.
Well, you just heard here the homecoming king tonight, Michael Olvera, and his queen is Ayanna Johnson, both seniors at Marshall High School, so that's exciting for both of them. Again, homecoming king tonight, Michael Olvera, and homecoming queen, Ayanna Johnson. So that is going to probably wrap up our festivities here for homecoming, I would think, Lynn, wouldn't you?
Mavericks, king and queen, and let's certainly hope that Michael Olvera is king of the football tonight.
Yeah, we want that to translate over to the football game. That's right. So again, homecoming king tonight, Michael Olvera, the senior quarterback, and homecoming queen, the senior Mavet captain. Is she the captain, you said?
She is captain.
Ayanna Johnson. So that's good to see. So we've got about 18 minutes left before we're going to get this one kicked off here from Marshall's Maverick Stadium. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this. You're listening to Marshall Maverick Football and the Brown Rig Insurance Agency pregame show here on KMHT 103.9 FM. We'll be back right after this.
Marshall ISD athletics programs help students achieve the highest level of success both on and off the field by challenging them to grow physically, intellectually, emotionally, and socially. Our athletes have access to state-of-the-art training facilities, providing them with top-tier tools needed to be successful. MISD has a rich history of developing talented athletes that have proven to be successful at the college and professional levels. Come play at Marshall ISD and find out why we take pride in our past and promise for our future.
Well, welcome back here to Marshall's Maverick Stadium. Tonight's game, the Marshall Mavericks, the Jacksonville Indians. Chase Palmer, Glenn Bickerdike, Reggie Cooper. We got Alec Reyes and Topher Patty as we are getting set to bring you this exciting football game tonight. You can listen to us on 103.9 FM. You can also catch feed on easttexastoday.com and Facebook Live. So we've got lots of ways for you to listen and watch tonight here through the KMHT different media outlets.
That's right. We have options for everyone.
Options for all. That's right. And I'll tell you what, folks, it's really neat to hear from and see how many of you listen. We have some folks that listen every week from Tennessee. I heard about just the other day. We've got some folks that listen on the West Coast that I heard about the other day. So it's pretty neat to know that there's folks that tune in with us on Friday nights and continue to follow their alma mater.
Yeah, I know a couple of weeks ago, Rory and Linda Messick were listening in from Arkansas. They live here in Marshall, but they were in Arkansas listening. But it's really amazing. Every week I talk to 2, 3, 4 people that heard you on the radio and enjoy listening to y'all broadcast the game. Talked to David Carlisle this week, and he's planning to be here tonight. Probably not listening tonight, but plans to be here to see his granddaughter and I guess niece. They're both Mavettes, and speaking of the Mavettes, we talked about all the great things going on here in Marshall. We talked about the volleyball team and the success that they're having. Last Saturday, Chase, the mini Mavette camp that's held annually, big fundraiser for the Mavettes. 139 little girls from ages 4 through 6th grade attended the mini Mavette camp at Maverick Gymnasium Saturday.
That's awesome. That's a great number, and hopefully those girls also got to see that new renovated gym. Looks really nice.
They did all did a little performance, and of course all their clinic or camp, I guess you call it, was all right there in Maverick Gymnasium. They all got a pink T-shirt that they'll be wearing, I guess, at our next home game, which is pink out, and they'll actually be down on the field. I'm hoping all those girls come back, but be a big night for those young ladies to be out there with the actual Mavettes in full uniform, and I'm sure they'll feel like they're amongst rock stars.
Yeah, a lot of neat opportunities that go on at MISD. If you're a volleyball parent and want your kid to play a little volleyball right now, they've got something called Little Bumpers. They practice one night during the week, and then they play games on Saturday mornings. That is the coaches for that are the high school volleyball players alongside them and do that. So that's a neat opportunity for them to be around some folks, having some role models there. Kind of cool today. The football team went to several elementary school campuses today to greet the kids as they arrived. That was neat to see on Facebook. Saw some pictures of that. So really a cool opportunity to see that what we call the Maverick family really is alive and well here at MISD.
That's what it's all about. The pep rally last night in the parking lot out in front of The high school had a big bonfire. Got to see all of our auxiliary groups. Of course, the band played several songs, the national anthem. The cheerleaders had a couple of cheers. The Mavericks performed a routine. Color guard was there. Like I say, it was a good night. A lot of folks there, and ended with a big bonfire that lit up the sky as there was a football game going over here at the stadium. I believe Shelbyville and Detroit, not the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, that's right.
Detroit, Texas. We had way more people at our pet rally than they did in the entire stadium.
Yeah, I had several people say Detroit. Where is Detroit? And if you don't know where Detroit is, it is between Paris and Clarksville. It's not in Oklahoma, but I believe you can see it from there. So long way for them to travel. So they met in the middle, Shelbyville, the Dragons from Shelbyville. I think they won that game last night. But we're going to take just a minute and talk a little bit about some of these auxiliary groups and let you know who is going on and who's leading those and who's involved in those. The Mavettes, directed by Heather Hill, longtime Marshall resident, also was a former Mavette herself. She's assisted by Shelby Cromines. Her captain, Ayanna Johnson, you just heard about her being the homecoming queen tonight. First Lieutenant Faith Martinez, Lieutenants Brianna Lavera, Kendall Bickerdike, and Julia Carlisle. Social officers for the Mavettes this year, Jennifer Aguilar, Alea Allen, Camila Arias, Montse Martinez, and Daisy Luna. And the managers for the Mavettes this season, Brooks Fitz, Logan Shepard, Yair Cesares, Bryden Hernandez, Anthony Munoz, and Amalie Renteria. So really cool to see that group continue to grow. The Mavettes has gotten bigger and bigger through the last several years.
They've got 43 this year, and I think that's a little more than they had last year. Maybe, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 38 or so last year that made the squad. And they don't have a set number. You've got to kind of qualify, so to speak. I say you can't play in the band if you can't play an instrument.
That's right.
You can't be a Mavette if you can't dance.
Also tonight, cheerleaders. The cheerleading coach, Melissa Shaw. She is also the culinary arts teacher. She provides food here for the hospitality and press box. Everybody's eating their nachos.
Yes, let me give a little plug. I've had to plug Pine Trees group last week did a phenomenal job, and our culinary arts group did a phenomenal job tonight, cooking up some kind of a fiesta type nachos with some fajita chicken and beef, and it was good.
It looked pretty good.
Corn in the cup.
The captain for the cheerleaders this season, Angela Sanchez, co-captain Tristan Stevens, mascot Afton Cantrell. Don't have all of those members, but those are the captain, co-captain. As we hear the Marshall alma mater in the background, we'll tell you a little bit about the band as they play that alma mater. The band directed this season by Mark Wyndham. Let's look at all of his folks that help him. You've got assistant band directors Christian Guillen, Nick Gibson, Callie DeJesus, and Carlos Maldonado. Drum majors this season, Travis Bister, Manuel Martinez, and Karina Cardova. Color guard directors Erica Hervey, Savannah Potter, and the captains for the color guard, Michaela McCrae and Jeremy Fowler. And these kids work really, really hard in these support groups all week and all season, and we're just so excited for what they've been able to accomplish, and we're very appreciative of all those kids and their sponsors. So if you see them out about town, I believe it's Fire Ant Festival weekend, so if you see any of our MISD folks, give them a pat on the back, tell them thanks for all the work that they do for our kids. So we're finishing up the national anthem there. I bet you we're going to have...
That was a school song.
I'm sorry, not the national anthem. It could be the national anthem, I guess.
I don't think everybody thinks of the Mavericks school song is the national anthem.
It depends upon how patriotic I guess you are for MISD. So we're going to have the national anthem probably here in a moment. We're going to step away, take another break, as we've got just about 10 minutes until we get this one kicked off from Marshall's Maverick Stadium. You're listening to the Marshall Mavericks, Jacksonville Indians. We'll be live, and we'll bring you the kickoff here momentarily right after this, so stay with us. Back at Marshall's Mavericks Stadium, the Jacksonville Indians take the field. Marshall not yet out. Got about 8:40 till we get this one kicked off here from Marshall's Mavericks Stadium. But out on the field so far, we've already got the Jacksonville Indians. And Glenn, we talked a little bit about this, and the Indians have really struggled the last couple of seasons. Jacksonville has won a total of 6 games over the past 3 years.
And I can do the math on that. It's 2 games a year.
Yeah, that's some tough sledding down in Jacksonville. I believe last season, if I remember correctly, I think they were 1-9 and 1-6 in district. Their lone win last season was over Hallsville, who they beat last week. So we want to keep that streak going here tonight and get the win for the red and white. But Jacksonville really, really struggling as of late.
I know over the years, I don't have the records in front of me, but I can't hardly recall us ever losing to Jacksonville. I'm sure that we have, but you may have those numbers somewhere filed away in your brain somewhere.
Yeah, it's been a while. This will be the 24th meeting between the Marshall Mavericks and the Jacksonville Indians as the Mavs take the field in, again, all black uniforms. First meeting between these two schools, 1916. The Mavs won that one 58-0. The largest victory in our history has been against Jacksonville in 1926. The Mavs won that one 102-0. So we're hopeful that can happen again maybe tonight. The Mavs lead the series 17-6. The first win at Jacksonville for Marshall since 08 was actually a couple of years ago in 2019, 45-13. So we've struggled a little bit there. We tend to take care of business here at Marshall's Mavericks Stadium.
Well, I knew you would have those numbers filed away. I say that's pretty interesting that the rivalry goes back almost, well, I guess over 105 years.
Yeah, long time.
And that couple of big wins, like say 102-0. That's rather lopsided.
And I tell you what, it's really neat to me. The Battle of the Iron Skillet was a couple of weeks ago. TCU and SMU, I think they played 100 and some odd. That might have been the 100th meeting on the dot. And you look at that and you go, okay, the Marshall Longview series is 111. The game we play next week, Texas High, is 92 or 93. I mean, there's some long-standing rivalries here, so it's pretty neat.
Yeah, good football in East Texas. I think we're gonna take a break here for the national anthem, or
we're going to step away just for a moment for the prayer and national anthem. We'll be back right after this. You're listening to Marshall Maverick Football on the heartbeat of East Texas. Well, folks, welcome back here to Marshall's Mavericks Stadium. The Marshall Mavericks and the Jacksonville Indians getting ready to kick this thing off. Bo Burris, the captain tonight for Marshall, alongside some special kids. I wish we had those names for you.
They're little Mavs.
Little Mavs, that's right, joining Bo Burris tonight. got the coin toss going on right now. Let's see who won that. I believe
He pointed to Jacksonville. Looks like they won the toss, so I bet you they're going to have won it and deferred. It's going to be my guess.
So let's see here, the Texas Scrap and Salvage coin toss. The toss will be won by Jacksonville.
They won it and going to want the ball.
Yeah, they won it, and we'll take that. That is exactly what we would have done anyway.
Yeah, just if they get it to start, no, we'll get it the second half. That's what I say. We're gonna. It's gonna work right into our favor.
So there you go, the Texas Scrap and Salvage coin toss. Don't flip a coin to decide what to do with your scrap. Take it to Texas Scrap and Salvage, where they pay on the spot top dollar. So coin toss brought to you tonight by Texas Scrap and Salvage. Okay, quickly, Glenn, your Patterson Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram keys to the game. What you got?
Well, eliminate the mistakes. I say hopefully the field's not going to be wet, but I think the Mavericks have got the leg up. They just need to execute. I would be my keys to the game is execution. Do what you're supposed to do. Play your position. Fill your holes. You take care of your assignment, and the Mavericks win tonight.
So there you go, the Patterson Chrysler Dodge keys to the game. Brought to you by Glenn Bickerdike there. That's Glenn Bickerdike's keys to the game. So hopefully the Mavs will do just that, as Marshall will be kicking off again. The coin toss won by Jacksonville. They elect to receive, so Marshall will get it to start the second half. So Boomin Buck Buchanan, the kicker for the Mavericks, the Louisiana Tech commit, will kick off. He's moving right to left on your dial, so he'll be kicking back towards Marshall High School to start this one.
Any bets that it goes in or through the end zone?
Well, Jacksonville's got one guy back, and he's actually standing in the end zone, so let's see if he actually tries to return this. So here comes the kick from Buck Buchanan. It'll go out the back of the end zone. That's going to go, that's going to hit at the outline, in line on the back line. So Jacksonville will start 1st and 10 from their own 25.
Had the opportunity for the first time to beat Buck Buchanan. Saw him at the pep rally last night. Had opportunity to visit with him for a few minutes. Very fine young man. I was going to mention last week he was the winner of the Young Texan for the Optimus Club, doing great things in the classroom, but enjoyed my visit with our kicker, and looks like we had a 5-yard penalty. I guess we were offsides. Just not paying attention, but they're going to start it on the 30 instead of the 25, Chase.
Well, that's interesting. Got our first penalty of the game there, and it goes against the Mavericks. So Jacksonville,
with no time off the clock, we've already been penalized.
Jacksonville will start from their own 30-yard line. It'll be the Indians football, 1st and 10. They'll come out from the left hash. One wide receiver split wide to the left, 3 to the right. McCowan will be in the shotgun. He'll have a back to his right. Marshall comes out in a 4-2 front. Snap goes back to McCowan, looking to throw. He's got a man deep across the middle. It's caught at the 40. Oh, he drops it.
He was wide open. That was number 14, the Devin McEwen that you mentioned in the pregame. He was running a post pattern, and he was about 5 yards behind our defender, number 12, Henry Roth, and thankfully he dropped that, or that would have been a huge gain there for the Indians.
Yeah, that's the scary part tonight that you got to worry a little bit about. The Indians have they're going to throw it around a little bit, so Marshall's got to play good defense. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for McCowan with the back to his left. He's going to throw it again. He's being pressured. Oh, he's going to get this one away. Somehow it's dropped. I believe McEwen dropped it.
I believe he caught that one. Like I say, he's going to be about 2 yards short of the first down, maybe a long yard. It's going to set up 3rd and 1 for the Indians. They're right just short of the Maverick, or their own 40-yard line, headed towards midfield.
So big play here, 3rd down and about 1.5 yards, maybe, for Jacksonville. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. McCowan in the shotgun with the back to his left. He's going to hand it to him in the backfield. He's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage. Sam Palmer will stand him up, no gain.
He's going to be a yard short. Another great stop by the Maverick defense. It'll be interesting to see. I just can't imagine that the Indians would gamble this early in the game with just about 50 seconds in. It's going to be 4th and 1 on their first possession.
That was a good job there. Sam Palmer filled in the middle and hit him right at the line of scrimmage for no gain. So Jacksonville forced to punt, 4th down and about 1. They need the 40 for a first down. It's a long one, so standing back at his 30-yard line, give or take, Chi-Chi Roberson for the Mavs. Here's the snap. It's a low snap.
That was a hold.
Should have been a hold there. No call. And Chi-Chi Roberson is going to let it bounce, and then he'll bring it in. And that's where Marshall will start at the 22, but blatant hold miss.
I tell you what, Trey Adams, he came through the line there and literally got, spun around. So you can have judgment on holding, but that was a clear, he took him down because he possibly gets a hand on that ball. It was a bad snap. It was on the turf, and the referee in the backfield back there, he just let that one go.
So the Mavericks will start, 10:41 to go here in the first quarter. We're scoreless from Marshall's Maverick Stadium. Marshall will start from their own 22. Two receivers split wide to the right, one to the left. Over in the shotgun, takes a snap, fakes the handoff, looking to pass, has a man going down the sideline, almost picked off.
Yeah, it was good defense by Andrew Phillips. He turned into the defender. The cornerback over here is number 2, Coda Kennedy. He was defending that pass and really had the best shot at catching it, and Phillips turned into a defender and batted the ball away.
That was a bad pass from O'Vera. It was short, underthrown, so luckily Marshall gets out of that one without a pick. Second down and 10 for Marshall from their own 22. Two receivers left, one to the right. Tough snap. Here comes the toss to the outside. He's going to be hemmed in. That's going to be a huge loss all the way back to the 15.
That's going to be about a 7-yard loss for the Mavericks. Not a real good start for our offense. So hopefully we can shake these homecoming festivities off and get to clicking. But right now, of course, early in the game, but let's see what happens here on 3rd and 17 for the Maverick offense.
That was a really interesting play there for Marshall. Not able to pick up anything. They're actually going to lose, 5, 6?
That's 7.
Going to be a loss of 7 on the play, says Reggie Cooper. So Marshall really backed up here, staring at 3rd down and a long 17. Three receivers stack formation left, one to the right. O'Vera in the shotgun. He'll take the back out of the backfield. Empty set. O'Vera looking to pass. He steps up. He's going to let this one fly. He's got a man wide open, and Bo Burris just drops it.
Bo Burris is wide open over here about the 30, and the little high, but the ball sailed, went right through his hands. If he makes the catch, he turns it up and certainly makes the first down for the Mavericks, but that's going to force them into a 4th and 17, and it's going to bring on Buck Buchanan to punt it away.
Yeah, Bo had a lot of room to run. There was a little high, but it went right through his hands. Catchable pass. So it'll bring up 4th down and 17 for Marshall. Buck Buchanan will be standing at his 1-yard line with 9:36 to play in the first quarter. We're scoreless from Marshall's Maverick Stadium. Good snap right back. Here comes the kick boomer from Buck. It's going to hit at the 40. Oh, and it takes a Jacksonville roll.
Goes straight out of bounds at the 45.
That's great field position for Jacksonville. Had that got the roll that we're used to, that ball would have gone well inside the 30, but that's great field position for Jacksonville.
Yeah, they're going to set up shop just across midfield. Have 1st and 10 at the Maverick 45 going in. Defense is going to have to step up and make a stand here.
Yeah, Marshall's offense on that play, on that series, they ran 3 plays and punted. They had -7 yards of offense, so not the way we wanted to start offensively. 1st down and 10 for Jacksonville. Scoreless here in the first quarter. Two receivers split wide to the right, one to the left. McCowan in the shotgun with the back to his left. He's standing right about the 50-yard line. Takes a snap, drops back, looking to pass. A lot of time. He's got a man wide open across the middle. He caught at about the 14.
Yeah, that was McHugh, and again, he gets behind Henry Roth. Henry playing that linebacker position, outside linebacker position. He just outrun by number 14, McHugh, and it's going to be a nice gain of about, Reggie says, 29 yards on that 1st down play.
Two receivers to the right, one to the left. 1st and 10 from Jacksonville from about the 18-yard line. McCowan low snap. He's going to throw it across the middle. Catch is made again. It'll be right about the 11. It's going to be a gain of about 6.
Like I say, he's got time to throw, and we knew coming in, even without seeing this kid play, that we knew he would be good. We've seen his stats, and right now he's just picking the Maverick secondary and linebackers apart. 3
receivers right, one to the left. McCowan in the shotgun on 2nd down and 4. Low snap. Now he's going to run. Here comes the holding call. And it'll be caught for a touchdown, but it's coming back for holding.
Now, they're going to rule him out of bounds, but you're right, Chase. There was a hold, and that's going to back them up 10 yards. Going to put them back out to about the 22-yard line.
Marshall having some problems with those receivers out there running pretty wild right now, wild and free, but that's a big holding penalty. And like Reggie Cooper said, I think you probably could have called a holding penalty on any of Jacksonville's offensive plays so far in this football game.
I say, when you start pulling on jerseys when a guy's trying to run by, you got to call those. It's keeping the defender from making a play. We've got to see some pressure on the quarterback by the front three there of the Mavericks.
4 receivers right, 1 to the left for Jacksonville on 2nd and 14 from the Maverick 22. They'll bring 1 man in motion right to left, so 3 receivers now to the right. McCowan takes it, drops back, looking to pass. Has a man across the middle. It'll be incomplete, a little bit high. That'll bring up 3rd down and about 14.
Maverick, pretty good coverage on that play. Like I say, the defensive line starting to penetrate there in the trenches, and that's what we need, is to shorten his time to throw back there in the pocket.
So here's a big play for the Maverick defense. 3rd down and about 14 from the Marshall 21-yard line. They need the 8 for a 1st down. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. McCowan in the shotgun with a back behind him, up back right, drops back. He's going to roll to his right. He's got a man out there. Catch will be made at about the 10. Will he get the 1st down? Yes, he will. They'll mark him at the 6.
That's Montana Warren over here on the corner. So he was, when he caught the pass, he just fell down. He had to get some help from his safety there to make the tackle. Otherwise, he goes into the end zone for a score.
We talked about it early. Will Marshall's secondary be able to answer the bell? So far, the answer is not yet. So 1st down and goal for Jacksonville with 8:05 to play in the first. We're scoreless, but Jacksonville is in the red zone. So here we go. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right, up back left. McCowan in the shotgun with a back to his right. From the right hash. Oh, we're going to get a timeout over there. Timeout, Jacksonville.
About to delay a game.
I got you. Wasn't paying attention to that. Delay a game was coming, says Reggie Cooper. So the coach over there for Jacksonville used to be here a long time ago in Marshall. So right now, our first Austin Bank red zone goes to Jacksonville. They've got the ball at the Marshall 6. 1st and goal with 7:49 to play, and Marshall's defense struggling so far.
Well, what I've seen so far, McCowan, which he really hasn't had to run, but doesn't appear that he's gonna save that for the very last. He's pretty cool there in the pocket. He certainly wants to throw the football. Doesn't appear to be a huge running threat.
So here we go, back to action here from Marshall's Maverick Stadium. You can join us on 103.9 FM. You can also listen to us on East Texas Today and watch the game, and Facebook Live. So join us on any of those 3 platforms. Here we go, 1st down and go for Jacksonville. 4 receivers split wide to the left. They'll bring 1 back in motion here as a back. So 1st and goal from the 6. Shotgun. McCowan takes it, looks across the middle, has a man. He's hit, and that's. I thought that might be pass interference.
I don't know if they ruled that incidental contact, but the receiver went down, and all the officials were looking in at him, and no flag.
I believe he was hit either by Buck Buchanan or the other safety. Was that Buck or was that Andrew?
I believe that was Buck. He was over there on the left side of the left hash over there where that throw was made.
That'll stop the clock. 7:33 to play in the first. Again, scoreless from Marshall's Maverick Stadium. They'll bring up 2nd down and goal for the Tribe from the right hash. 1 wide receiver split wide to the right, 2 to the left. Now a heavy backfield for McCowan and the Indians. In the pistol. Here's the snap. They're going to fake the handoff, rolls out to the outside, looking to throw, but being chased.
He was out of bounds.
That catch should be out of bounds. Henry Roth there with the coverage. Incomplete.
Jacksonville still has not run the football. They have thrown on every down.
That's 11, so far 11 plays here in the football game, all passes from Jacksonville. So you got 1 run in there? 1 run, that's right, 1 run
that's
for
right.
1 yard.
They did, I forgot about that on that 3rd and short, the tackle that your son, Sam Palmer, made to force them to punt on their first possession.
Big play here. 3rd down and goal for Jacksonville from the Mavericks 6 right hash. McCowan will be in the shotgun. 2 receivers will be split to the left, 2 will be split to the right. Back will be to McCowan's right. He's standing back at about the 11-yard line. Snap is back. Marshall comes with a little pressure, has lots of time, wide open corner of the end zone. I mean wide open, touchdown Jacksonville.
Yeah, that was McEwen. It looks like Andrew Paul, his man, he was clapping his hands. I think there was maybe some miscommunication, but McEwen wide open in the right corner of the end zone, and he catches it and goes down, keeps his feet in, and that's going to put the Indians ahead 6-0.
So a shocker here early with 7:17 to play here in the first quarter. The Indians get on the board first as we await the point after. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up, and it is good. And with 7:17 to play in the first, our score, Jacksonville 7, Marshall nothing. Stay with us. You're listening to Marshall Maverick Football on the heartbeat of East Texas. Well, folks, welcome back here to Marshall's Maverick Stadium. The Jacksonville Indians get on the board first. They go 7 plays, 45 yards, a 6-yard pass from McCowan to his number 1 receiver, McEwen, for the Community Health Corps touchdown. And just like that, Glenn themselves in a 7-0 hole early.
Well, we talked about in the pregame, this is the first test where we knew they were going to go up against a true passing team. And like I say, early on, we're just not quite halfway through the first quarter, but the back half of the defense, the secondary, they failed the test so far.
That scoring drive, a recap brought to you by Kyle Dansby, attorney at law here in Marshall, big supporter of the Marshall Mavericks. So as we await the kick from Jacksonville left to right, onside, little pooch kick, the fair catch called for by Marshall at their own 42. That'll be great field position.
Yeah, obviously they did not want to kick it deep. They just pushed it over there to the left side of the field, and that was number 11 for the Mavericks. That was Chasen Childs. I don't think we've called his name this season.
That's a really good play there. Good fair catch. Gives Marshall wonderful field position. Again, they trail 7-0 here early, 7:17 to play here in the first. So they'll start with their best field position of the night on their second possession from their own 42. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Let's see if the Mavericks run it here. They will. J.Q. Davis going to the outside, and he'll be hit behind the line of scrimmage, but gets free to the 45-50, and he'll carry a man to the 44-yard line of Jacksonville. Will be a first down.
He'll be at the 46. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Mavericks. That was all J.Q. Davis on that run. He was met at the line, bounced off, and picked up about 11 yards on his own.
Yeah, there wasn't much, didn't look very good there early, but we got the first down. So 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Shotgun, handoff to JQ up the middle, big hole to the 40, to the 38. Let's see, we're going to mark him at the 39.
Well, if the Mavericks thinking, obviously they're having some success on this drive running the football, but if you can run the football, it'll open up the passing game. So I'm Coach Greedle. I'm going to continue to hand the rock to number 4, and I'm going to let him move those chains until they stop him.
7-yard pickup there on first down for JQ. It'll bring up second down, about 3 for Marshall from the 39-yard line. Left hash of Jacksonville. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. They're going to hand it to him. Nope, they're going to pull it out. Got a man across the middle. It's caught at the 20. Good catch there.
Corey Smith, our big 6'4 receiver. He was one-on-one out there on the right third of the field on an island with the cornerback, and he won the battle. He's going to move the chains again.
That'll be a 19-yard pitch and catch from Olvera to Jacory. And the Mavs are knocking on the Austin Bank red zone at the 20, first down and 10 going in. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Olvera shotgun. They're going to hand it to JQ up the middle. He's hit at the line of scrimmage. Might get a yard. Let's see. Up to no gain.
I think they're going to put him right at the line of scrimmage. It's going to set up 2nd and 10. We are just under the halfway mark in the first quarter, about 5:35 to play in the first.
7-0 here early. Jacksonville with the lead. Had a short field on their last possession, but McCowan slinging the rock. So 7-0 here early. Marshall looking at second down and 10 from the Jacksonville 20-yard line. 2 receivers right. Olvera shotgun. JQ to his right. He'll take the snap. He's going to roll to his right, trying to get to the outside. He's got a man out there at the 15. He'll carry a Jacksonville Indian with him to the 10. Still on his feet. They're going to give him the 8. It'll be a first down.
That's Jacory Smith again, his second catch of the night. He was out there again, isolated one-on-one with the corner, and he just pulls the ball out of the air, and he goes run after catch for about 4 yards. Going to move the ball, the change just inside the 10. Going to be first and goal for the Maverick offense.
So I don't think they can cover Jacory Smith, especially when he gets inside position. So first down and goal for Marshall from the Jacksonville 8. Olvera shotgun. J.Q. Davis to his right, 2 receivers right from the right hash. We'll bring one man in motion left to right. They're going to hand it to J.Q. Davis up the middle. He'll cross the 5, tough sledding. They'll take it down to the 4.
He is a tough runner. Like I say, he is small, and he puts that head down. He can run. He can run over you. He can run around you, and he's just fun to watch.
Second down and goal for the Mavericks inside the 5 in the Austin Bank red zone here from the 4-yard line. The Mavs trail 7-0 with 4:20 to play here in the first quarter. But Marshall has marched down the field looking to answer that Jacksonville touchdown. Olvera will be in the shotgun. 2 receivers split wide to the left. J.Q. Davis to his left from the right hash. Now he'll send the back out of the backfield, looking for a screen pass up inside to Ja'Cory Smith. Touchdown.
Those big, long arms, like I say, you get him one-on-one with just about anybody on the field, and he's going to win.
Ja'Cory Smith, and Marshall quickly goes in the swing and gate formation. Let's see what we do here. And now we're going to do we're going to kick the point after. Marshall quickly goes to the line of scrimmage, try to sneak something by him there.
Yeah, if you can catch him asleep and get that quick 2 points, you might as well, but you certainly don't want an opportunity, your kicker like Buck Buchanan, not to have the opportunity to put almost an automatic 1 on the board.
So as we await the point after, 7-6. The snap is back, the hold is down, the kick is up, and it is good. I think he kicked that somewhere over the Maverick gym.
I think it's over at Golden Chick. I believe where that one came down.
So Marshall goes down and answers. 7-7 is our score. Stay with us. You're listening to Marshall Maverick Football on the Heartbeat. Well, back here at Marshall's Maverick Stadium, the Mavs go 7 plays, 57 yards, the 4-yard pass to Ja'Cory Smith. Little slant across the middle from Olvera. And that's your scoring drive recap. Kyle Dansby scoring drive recap. And your community health corps touchdown. And Glenn, we're back even at 7.
It's good to see the Maverick offense answer. That first series was pathetic, losing 7 yards in 3 plays. But to come out, good starting field position, mixed up the run and the pass. And, of course, the touchdown pass from Olvera to Smith ties this match up.
So here we go. Buck Buchanan will be kicking right to left. We're knotted at 7 with 3:55 to play. This one's going to be high and not going to be fielded. That was one you actually could have returned had they wanted to, but it'll fall, and it'll be Jacksonville ball at their own 25.
Talk about just the little things, Chase. Not that it mattered for anything, but the 5-yard penalty to start the game. When you got a kicker like Buck Buchanan that's probably going to kick it in or through the end zone, why are you offsides?
So here we go. This is really going to be a big series for the Maverick defense. See if we can get off the field. 3:55 to play in the first quarter. We're knotted at 7 from Marshall's Maverick Stadium. Both teams going on 7-play drives. Jacksonville with the first. Marshall answered. So here we go. 4 wide receivers split wide to the right. And Jacksonville's going to have to call a timeout. They are having all kinds of problems over there.
I say, yeah, the clock was down just almost to 0, and the coach has to call their second timeout. They've got 1 left to call with 3:55 left in the first quarter.
And we'll take that. That's okay with us. They want to use those early. That is just fine and dandy with us.
I just think the Mavericks is going to have to do something to put a little more pressure on McCowan back there in the pocket. If he's got 4 or 5 seconds to throw, I just don't think that we're going to be able to cover. They've got good receivers. He's obviously a very experienced passer, and we're going to have to give him less time to throw, or it's going to be a long night for our secondary.
That's right. That's right, it is. And Wayne Coleman knows that. He's the old Marshall coach over there, along with Coach Shaw. It's 2 guys that have coached here in the past. So 3:55 to play here in the first quarter. Again, 7-7 our score from Maverick Stadium. Jacksonville first and 10 from their own 25. 3 receivers split wide right, 1 to the left. McCowan in the shotgun all by himself. Takes a snap, drops back, looking to pass. Marshall trying to get in there with some defense. Oh, wide open again to the outside. And he'll make the catch, and he'll cross the 40.
As J.T. Johnson, he came out of he's the back, and he was out there all along. He looks like he's shaken up. He leaves the field on his own. But big gain there for the Indians. They're going to pick up about 17 yards on first down.
So that'll be first down now and 10 for Jacksonville from the Marshall 42. Two receivers split wide right, one to the left, pistol formation. They're going to hand it off up the middle, and he'll be smoked at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
That was Quinn Hawkins, number 23. And you're talking about laying the wood to a man. It looked like he was going to have a crease there, and Hawkins comes up, and he just lowers the boom on him for a no gain on first down.
That'll be 2nd down and 10 for Jacksonville. 3:03 to play here in the first quarter. We're knotted at 7. It'll be 2nd and 10 from Jacksonville from their own 42. Two receivers split wide each side. McCowan in the shotgun, back to his left. Middle of the field, takes a snap, a low snap. Here comes the pressure from Marshall, and somehow he got that away, and somehow the catch was made at the 48.
That's number 11. I thought that was McEwen again, but that's going to be Tony Pinson, wide receiver. He's going to pick up about 6 yards. That was Montana Warren on the coverage, and he makes the tackle just as soon as he makes the catch.
Big play here for Marshall's defense. Need to get off the field. Jacksonville can pick up a first down at the Maverick 48. They're at the Jacksonville 48, 3rd down and 4 with 2:20 to play here in the first quarter. Jacksonville slowly getting in the play here as we go under 10 seconds on the play clock. One receiver split wide right, two to the left. Back to McCowan's left with an H-back in the game. So here we go, 3rd down and 4. They will not get this play off. They will not get the play off, and it'll be a delay of game penalty on Jacksonville.
Well, they've struggled with that all night. They've already burned 2 timeouts to avoid the 5-yard penalty, and they're going to be forced to. That's a big penalty there. That's going to move them back to a 3rd and 9. See if the Mavericks can take advantage of that and get a stop here.
They just went to the ball so slow out of that huddle. They didn't seem to have any urgency there. So.
Really kind of surprising. You know, we know McCowan comes from a bloodline of quarterbacks that he's not a little better commander back there getting the play off on time.
Two receivers left, one to the right. McCowan in the shotgun with a back to his left. Fakes the handoff. He's going to throw it across the middle. High, incomplete. Mavericks defense will hold.
Yeah, he was intended target there was McEwen again. He ran a little slant from that inside receiver position, and just the throw sailed a little high. It's going to be a huge play there for a good stop for the Maverick defense. Going to set up 4th and 9, and the Indians appear that they're going to be in punt formation, kick it away from their own 43.
Yeah, Marshall aided by the penalty there and a little pressure with a blitz on 3rd down. So Jacksonville will punt from their own 30. Here's the punt. Good punt. It's going to be taken by Chichi Roberson at the 25. Makes one man miss to the 30, 35-40, 45-50. He'll hurdle one man and take it to the 45 of Jacksonville, where it'll be 1st and 10.
Well, I wondered when Chichi was going to get involved. Every week we talk about him. He's always kind of in the conversation for the play of the game, and it's almost the first quarter before he really gets his hands on the ball. I guess obviously his first touch, and he makes some good things happen there for the Maverick special teams.
A good return from Chichi. Took that at about the 30, so that's going to be a 5, 10, 15, 20, 25-yard. They're going to give him actually the 47. So it'll be about a 23-yard return for Chichi. So it'll bring up 1st down and 10 for the Mavericks from the Jacksonville 47. Two receivers right, one left. Olvera in the shotgun. Takes the snap. He's going to hand it to J.Q. Davis up the middle. Makes one man miss to the 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, J.Q. Davis.
I tell you what, that was a great run by Davis, but did you see the downfield block by Ja'Cory Smith? There was one man that could have made the tackle. Smith stayed on him and virtually put him on the ground, and Davis goes in untouched for the 2nd Maverick score.
So J.Q. Davis takes it 47 yards, one play. That's the easiest Kyle Dansby scoring recap I can give you. And Marshall will now go into the extra point formation out of the swinging gate. With 1:08 to play here in the second quarter, that's a big run from J.Q. Davis. So here we go as we await the point after. Snap is low and down. Good job by Chichi Roberson. He gets it down. The kick is up, and it's good. So 1:08 to play here in the first quarter. Marshall takes the lead 14-7. We'll be back right after this. So, folks, welcome back to Marshall's Mavericks Stadium. The Marshall Mavericks take the lead 14-7 on a one-play drive, 47-yard touchdown run from J.Q. Davis over the left side, running behind Connor Haggerty. We talked about that early. And what a good job downfield block by Ja'Cory Smith.
I mean, you know, I love to see plays like that a lot of times they don't get talked about, but you focus on the person that scores the touchdown. Obviously a great run by Davis, but to see a guy like Smith who's 30 yards down the field, and he's hooked up with his man, not hooked up and holding, but he's just driving him back towards the end zone, and not even an opportunity for that guy to make a tackle on Davis.
Ja'Cory Smith having him another football game here tonight. Already with 2 catches, a touchdown, and then a great block there. So here we go. Buck Buchanan kicking from his own 40-yard line, right to left rather. Here's another boomer. This one is going to go all the way out the back of the end zone, and Jacksonville will start from their own 25.
I'll tell you what, just can't say enough good things about Buck Buchanan and just what he does for our overall special teams. He's involved, of course, kickoffs, punts, extra points, field goals, and you know, we win the special teams battle. I mean, we could just come out and say our kicker's better than yours.
Yeah, and if you want to know how fast J.Q. Davis runs 47 yards, it's 11 seconds, because that's all it took off the clock for that one play. So Jacksonville will get it with 1:08 to play here in the first. 2 receivers split wide right, 1 to the left. Up back now right. McCowan in the shotgun with a back to his right. Fumbles the football on the turf. He's going to get this one away. It's going to be picked off. Going to be picked off. That's Andrew Paul.
Andrew Paul. There's just a bad throw by McCowan. His receiver, number 12, looks like it was behind him. That was Ryan Walker. And Andrew Paul, he was the beneficiary of that bad throw, and he makes the catch, and it's going to put the Maverick offense back in business.
And they have great field position at the 41-yard line of Jacksonville. That play only takes 7 seconds. So let's see if the Marshall offense can capitalize here with the 14-7 lead with 1:01 to play in the first quarter. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left, ball on the left hash, and AP up back right. Here comes the snap, going to fake the handoff, looks back, we're going for the home run ball. Ja'Cory Smith trying to come back. He almost made the catch anyway.
I tell you what, he was fighting to try to get around the defender there, and obvious pass interference. We got flags on the field from the back judge as well as the side judge, and number 23, he's trying to plead his case. That's Calvin Bryant, but he clearly interfered with Smith's opportunity to get to the football.
And Smith almost made the catch anyway. I mean, what a athletic play from Smith.
That
goes back under it.
Yeah, that would have truly been a circus catch had he made that one.
So that's going to be a huge 15-yard penalty. I don't know. We're still kind of talking about it, but it's got to be a 15-yard penalty on Jacksonville. Pass interference on Jacksonville. That's right. So that'll mark it all the way down inside. I believe that's going to be about the 26.
Should be. I say that was 41 was the line of scrimmage. That's going to take it down. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty.
So if you know me at all, you know that's impressive because me and math aren't real tight. So first down and 10 for Marshall from the Jacksonville 26-yard line, leading 14-7. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Olvera in the shotgun. He's got him out here again, man-to-man. He's going to try him again, man-to-man. Ja'Cory Smith is there. Oh, he just overthrows him.
He had one step on him, but Olvera's throw sails just a little bit out of bounds. If he puts that out in front of him, I think Smith probably makes that catch.
Well, there's an injury timeout on the field with the Jacksonville player. We're going to take it with him. Folks, 14-7 is our score. Stay with us. We'll be back from Marshall's Mavericks Stadium right after this. Folks, welcome back to Marshall's Mavericks Stadium. 2nd and 10 for the Mavs from the 26 of Jacksonville. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Handoff J.Q. Davis up the middle. He'll make one man miss, but not much there. He'll cross the 25 to the 24.
A host of Indians waiting for him. They were laying for him on that. I believe they were expecting the run. That's first play in the last couple of carries that Davis hadn't had big yardage. We'll see what the Mavericks are going to do here on 3rd and 8. Obviously in Buchanan's field goal range here, just inside the 25. But we're pressing for a first down here.
Yeah, big play here for Marshall's offense rather. 15 seconds to play here in the first quarter. I think we're going to let this run out. We're not going to run a play here.
Yeah, I think it's the play clock and the game clock are exactly the same.
All right, so here we go. Going to be third down, but that'll be the last play of the first quarter. So the Mavericks will go in 14-7 with the lead, and they're driving. So, folks, stay with us. You're listening to Marshall Maverick football on the heartbeat of East Texas, KMHT 103.9 FM. Well, welcome back here to Maverick Stadium, folks. It's 14-7 as we go into the second quarter. Marshall with the football at the Jacksonville 24. Glenn, this would be a huge first down. It's third and about 8.
Like I say, this is one of those freebies right now. We lead the turnover game. That interception by Andrew Paul set the Maverick offense up in business, so we'll see if they can capitalize here.
So here we go. Big play for the Maverick offense. Third down and 8. 3 receivers split wide right, 1 to the left. Olvera in the shotgun with Davis to his right. Takes a snap, drops back plenty of times, got a man deep. He's wide open. If he makes the catch, he does.
He dropped it.
That's Burris. Dropped another one. That was an easy touchdown.
Yeah, he had a step on him. The ball kind of floated a little bit on Olvera, but still, Burris has got to make that catch, and that puts the Mavericks up by two touchdowns, but that's going to bring Buchanan out, and he's going to attempt about a 41-yard field goal.
Good pass from Olvera. Had him in the back corner. So that would have given the Mavericks a 21-7 lead. Now we've got a pretty long field goal here. Right about 41?
41 yards.
So here we go as we await the snap. Jacksonville's going to jump off sides, and the kick's going to be up and good.
That's going to be good. So we're going to see what we're going to take points off the board. I think that was definitely offsides.
Yeah, they stopped the play.
Well, if there's contact by the defense, you do stop the play. And of course, they can obviously move into the neutral zone and cause the offense to move. It'll also stop the play. But we're going to see what the officials, they're congregated to see what they come up with.
Well, he drilled that. Oh my gosh. I'm going to call false start. I don't know who that's on. I didn't see anybody move for Marshall.
I saw the defense kind of come across, and we had some movement after they moved. Now, whether they came into the neutral zone, it's hard for us to tell the angle that we're at, but
that's a surprise because I didn't see anybody in black move. Reggie, you see anybody move? So not sure what that is, but anyway, it's going to be now a little bit longer field goal for Buck.
It's going to be a 46-yard attempt. That one he just kicked on the penalty would have been good from about 55.
So from the middle of the field, 46-yard field goal attempt from Buchanan. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up, and it is good with room to spare.
That was from 46. That would have probably been good from 60.
What a kick from Buck Buchanan. 46-yard field goal. We're going to keep it right here. That'll make our score Marshall 17 and Jacksonville 7. Let's look at those first quarter stats from Reggie Cooper real quick. We told you before the game that Jacksonville liked to throw the football, and the stats will meet that out. Total passing yards for the Tribe first quarter, 85. Rushing yards, 1. Total, 86 yards for the Indians. The Mavericks a little more balanced, 63 yards on the ground, 35 through the air, 98 yards in total offense for the Mavs in the first half, and that was with a bad first drive as well. So Marshall up early, 17-7. With 11:43 to play here in the half.
Like I say, we just got to continue to do what we're doing. We've had a couple of drop passes that should have been caught, certainly that touchdown, but we did get points out of the drive. Again, that was kind of a freebie on the turnover, and hopefully our defense can continue to put pressure on McCowan, and maybe we can see some additional turnovers as we progress through the game.
So here we go. The Mavericks will be kicking left to right here. Buck Buchanan will kick from the 40. Got one Indian standing at the goal line. So here's the kick from Buck. Going to be a high kick. This one will be returnable. Nope. Now, did I say that? It hit at the M.
I was like it's halfway to the end zone. Yeah, he took a little off that one. It was only 5 yards deep into the end zone. I tell you what, we appreciate our listeners and glad that you're out there, but you've got to come. If you've not seen the Mavericks play the last 2 years, you've got to come and see this kid kick. He just kicked a 46-yard field goal, and I can assure you that thing would have been good from 60.
Yeah, great kick from Buck Buchanan. So 17-7 is our score. Just got a text message from David Simpson in Holiday, Texas. Thanks for listening, David.
Hello, David Simpson. Listened to you a little bit last week on the ETBU game.
So here we go. Indians with the ball from their own 25. 2 receivers to the right, 1 left. McCowan's going to hand this one off, going over right side. He'll pick up about 3. They'll mark it at the 28.
Couldn't quite. I think that was that's like that Combs on the tackle. They were kind of bunched in there. We got another injured Indian on the play.
Well, talking about David Simpson, we're going to keep this right here. David did the games, he and Joe Moore, for years and years. I grew up listening to him. Some of those games I was attending, so had a lot of fun listening to those guys growing up.
Just some of our listeners out there received a text before we went on, I guess during the pregame, from our Judge Joe Black. He told me to remind you that every call that goes against the Maverick is not the worst call that you've ever seen.
I'm doing much better. I've taken a little counseling, I think, this week. I'm doing much better here tonight. So 17-7 is our score. This injury timeout may last a little longer than we thought, so we're going to take it with them. Folks, stay with us. You're listening to Marshall Maverick Football here on The Heartbeat. We'll be back after this. Well, back here at Marshall's Maverick Stadium, our score 17-7, 11:29 to play in the second quarter. The Tribe, 2nd and 8 from their own 28. 2 receivers left, 1 right. McCowan in the pistol. Got a running back behind him. They'll change the play at the line of scrimmage, and here comes a penalty.
That's
illegal
gonna be a false
motion.
start. Yep, I believe I think it maybe is number 11 out here that split wide on our side of the field. Tony Pinson, apparently he may have moved, and that's going to back the Indians up on a 5-yard false start.
I think Coach Jake Greedle might have helped call that. He was standing right next to the official and jumped around a little bit.
I wonder if he said boo.
That might have helped get that call. So it'll mark them back to the 23. It'll be 2nd down and 12 for Jacksonville. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. McCowan now in the shotgun with the back to his right. Marshall with a 4-man front, bringing a little bit of pressure. Comes the blitz from Marshall, and they get him.
Get to him.
They'll get him down at the 15.
Tell you what, if the front half of the Maverick defense, if they can put some pressure on him and not give him the opportunity to look down the field, he did have some open receivers, but he was kind of running for his life there, and that Maverick D-line was able to get to McCowan for the first time tonight, and it's going to be a pretty good loss. About a 5-yard? No, Reggie said it's going to be an 8-yard loss on that play.
It's 3rd and a bunch, mark it at the 15. They've got to get to the 35 for a first down. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. McCowan in the shotgun with the back to his right. Let's see if Marshall brings pressure. No, they'll drop people here. He's going to throw this one across the middle. It'll almost be picked off, knocked away.
I believe that was Andrew Paul again from the strong safety position. He was just playing center field, knowing that the Indians had to pick up about 20, and he just played center field out there and read the quarterback, went to the ball, and was able to deflect it and going to set up another. Well, we had a holding on that the Mavericks are going to decline, so that's going to set up 4th and 20 and an obvious punting situation for the Indians.
So the Tribe will punt from deep inside their own territory. The ball spotted at the 15. Now, the snaps so far in the game for them have been a little dicey, so let's see what happens here. Punter standing back right about the 3-yard line. Chi-Chi Roberson standing at the 40. Good snap. Here comes the kick. This will be returnable. Chi-Chi will take it at the 48. He'll make one man miss, still on his feet at the 50. He's got a wall to the outside, to the 45-40, to the 35-30, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Chi-Chi Roberson.
I tell you what, that young man is fun to watch when he gets his hands on the ball. Like I say, he got away from that gunner that came down. He got out of his grasp, and he had a couple of blockers down here on the home side of the field, and he takes it the distance.
When he made that one-man miss, and he goes 48 yards, he made the catch right about midfield in reversed field. There wasn't anybody there. So the 48-yard punt return from Roberson will extend the lead 23-7 as we await the point after. It almost looked like when he cut back across the field, Jacksonville just kind of stopped.
They had one guy here, and I think he was kind of begging for a block in the back, and it no go. And we'll see if we get the extra point here.
That's a good job from Roberson. That was a low snap.
Yep.
Yeah, low snap.
Rob's low snap, and Robertson with great hands. picks it up, gets it on the tee, and Buck Buchanan is still perfect on the season on extra points.
So with 9:50 to play here in the half, the Mavericks extend the lead 24-7 on a 48-yard punt return from Chi-Chi Roberson. That is your Kyle Dansby scoring recap. Kyle, a longtime supporter of all Marshall Maverick academic, athletic, and other extracurricular activities. Appreciate him sponsoring that tonight. Community Health Corps touchdown.
Like I say, now that the Mavericks have built a little lead here, we got a 17-point lead. I think you can take a little more risk on defense, bring in some more pressure. I know I like that phrase, when you blitz, somebody's band's going to play. Well, we've got the opportunity here. I think if we can get McCowan back on his heels and maybe pop him a time or two, I think we can definitely take control of this game.
Well, another stop and score, and you're well on your way. 24-7, 9:50 to play here in the half after your Community Health Corps touchdown there from Chi-Chi Roberson, 48 yards on the punt return. Community Health Corps, if you love working with children, you can make a touchdown by seeking a position on their early childhood interventionist team. So check out Community Health Corps. So here we go, 9:50 to play in the half as we await the kick from Buck Buchanan, left to right from the 40. As has been his custom, we think this is going to go out the back of the end zone, and it will. I mean, that's a boomer. Hits the E in Mavericks on the top, and they'll start from the 25 again.
Tell you what, kickoff returns for our opponents is just, it doesn't make the stat line. It just doesn't happen. And that is a big weapon. Week in and week out, our special teams continue to perform kickoffs. Of course, we just saw the huge play from our punt return team to set up I guess that's the first punt return for a touchdown. We've had a kickoff return a couple of weeks ago, and of course, both by Robertson. He is our playmaker on special teams for sure.
So McCowan and the Indians will start from their own 25. Two receivers right, one left. McCowan in the pistol, takes the snap. He's going to roll to his right to try to get away from that pressure. He has some folks on him. The pass will be incomplete. Picked off. It's picked off, and still on his feet is Quinn Hawkins to the 40, 30 to the 35, 25, 20, still rumbling. 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Quinn Hawkins.
No penalties on the field. Oh, my goodness, what a run by Quinn Hawkins. The ball is knocked up in the air and floats around. Well, what are they saying?
That's a touchdown. We got a man down.
We got an injury got another Indian down on the 10-yard line here on the Mavericks side of the field, so that's the reason for the timeout. But wow, we've had so far, we're not even halfway through. Yeah, who needs offense when you got special teams and defense? But as I was saying, Hawkins, he was able to pull that ball out of the air that kind of got knocked around, and he was determined that he was going to get him a six-pack, and he goes to the end zone for another 6 points for the Mavericks.
And let's talk about that crazy play. The ball was the receiver had it and got hit, and the ball popped up in the air, and Hawkins was able to play it and then brought it back again to reverse field and somehow was able to maneuver, kind of tiptoe down the sideline. Had a couple of chances. You thought Jacksonville had some shots at him, but
well, there was a guy here that came from behind and looked like he grabbed his legs, and he wasn't going down. He just broke through that leg tackle. He gets down and tight ropes the sideline, and he goes all the way in to the west end zone for the Mavericks' fourth touchdown of the night.
We're going to call that a 40-yard return. It happened right around the Jacksonville 40. So that's a 40-yard pick six for Quinn Hawkins as the lead is now extended 30-7 with 9:28 to play in the half. As we await the point after. Snap is perfect. Down, kick is up. It's good. And it is now 31-7 in a game that Jacksonville led early 7-0. That seems like eons ago.
Yeah, let's say 31 unanswered by the Mavericks. We can't say the Maverick offense because they've had help from special teams and the defense.
So Marshall's drives tonight, 7 plays, 57 yards. 1 play, 47 yards. A 46-yard field goal. A punt, return, 48 yards by Roberson for a touchdown, and a 40-yard pick six from Quinn Hawkins. We've scored just about every way you can.
And we're just about 14 minutes into the game.
Yeah, we've got a long way to go there after that Quinn Hawkins 40-yard pick six. So 31-7 with 9:28 to play. And these can get kind of interesting, Glenn. When you get up like this, sometimes you can't go to sleep because there's a lot of time left in this football game.
There's way too much time. You start thinking about, well, letting some other guys play. But, I mean, we're a long ways away from even thinking about that.
So here we go. Reggie Cooper says throttle them.
Reggie's saying foot on the gas or on the throat.
So 9:28 to play here in the half. So Marshall 31, Jacksonville 7. As we await the kick, Glenn's going to kind of check around the district for us in a minute. We'll get some scores for you after this kickoff from Buck Buchanan. Again, left to right, big kick from Buck. He's got to be getting tired. This one's going to go into the back left corner of the end zone. Glenn, what's going on around the district?
Well, real quick, wow, kind of surprising from Texas High with about 5 minutes till the half. Texas High is only up 13-10 over the Hallsville Bobcats. Of course, we know the score here, Mavericks lead 31-7. In Mount Pleasant, the Tigers of Mount Pleasant lead the Wildcats from White House 14-7. And then here's a shocker. Nacogdoches, in Nacogdoches, are leading the Pine Tree Pirates 13-9 with just over 8 minutes to play till the half down there.
So every game so far is nip and tuck except this one. And we rooting for those Bobcats tonight. 14-10, 13-10.
13-10, go Bobcats.
So here comes McCowan from his 25. Two receivers right, one to the left. McCowan in the pistol formation. Oh, high snap. He does bring it down, but he's pressured. He's going to throw this one to the outside, and it might be picked off. Let's see if it is.
It's a pick.
And he stays out of bounds.
No, he's going to stay out of bounds. It looked like the field judge over there on the visitor side. He came up. I thought he was about to give Montana Warren the interception, but he says he's out of bounds, and it's going to set up 2nd 10.
Oh, that was a heck of a play from Warren.
It was. I tell you what, McCowan, that ball kind of caught him by surprise. He almost got sacked. I believe that was Quinn Hawkins again putting the pressure on that. Get rid of it quick.
Pistol formation again for the Indians. 2nd down and 10. Fakes the handoff. Now he's going to throw it back to the outside, and nothing there.
Incomplete. Good call there by the officials. He turned. He had pressure from both sides that time, and he turns and just throws it into the turf.
So, Glenn, I think this is what you call, this is what you call pinning the ears back. I mean, we have now said they're not going to try to run the football and go. So, I mean, Jacksonville has run the ball tonight 3 times. 3.
You know, and on the other side, we talk about when we get the ball back, if I'm Breedle, I am fixing to wear Davis out. We're going to run the football. Yep. We're going to get this game over with.
So 3rd and 10 here. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. McCowan in the shotgun in the pistol formation. Rolls to his right, has some pressure. Got a man to the outside. It'll be caught. Let's see where they mark it. Oh, wow, that's a generous spot.
Right on the spot. He went down, coming back to the ball on the sideline, and he catches it right at the 35-yard line, which will move the change for the Indians.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were going to give him that forward progress, which they did. He actually fell back at the 34. So it'll be 1st down and 10 for Jacksonville. 8:45 to play in the first quarter. 31-7 Marshall. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. McCowan shotgun with a back to his right. From the right hash, takes a snap low, picks it up, looking to the right. Now he'll roll to his left, being chased. He's going to let this one fly. This one could be picked. Oh, somehow he catches it and he'll score. Goodness gracious, how did that happen?
Well, he was between 2 defenders there. That was Andrew Paul, and I believe, I can't get the number if he'll turn. I think that maybe was Perkins. He comes to the sideline.
And I'll tell you, that was not a good pass.
Well, it wasn't. He just kind of threw it up for grabs, and McEwen, he makes the play. Still can't get this number for the defender on the Mavericks. But he just kind of went up and won the battle. He was outnumbered 2-on-1. It was 42. I guess one of our linebackers, actually. That's going to be Elijah Woolen. Him and Paul, we're back on the coverage.
So the point after is up. It's tipped, but it looks like it will be good. So 8:21 to play in the half. Our new score, Marshall 31, Jacksonville 14. Stay with us. We'll be back right after this. So welcome back to Mavericks Stadium, where the Tribe gets on the board again. 4 plays, 75 yards, a 65-yard just throw it up and see what happens touchdown from McCowan to McEwen. That's your Kyle Dansby scoring drive recap. And that Community Health Corps touchdown for the Indians was just really like a punt.
Well, it was. And you got to give credit. I mean, you've got a quarterback with a great arm, and you've certainly got a talented receiver in number 14, McEwen. And he just went up and won the battle. It was 2 Maverick defenders, and he comes down with it, and they both kind of fall, and he just really just kind of struts into the end zone. So
let's answer the bell here. Another high one. It'll be fair caught. That ought to be a penalty.
Should be a penalty.
He has hit him after he called a fair catch. That should be a penalty. Marshall will start from their own 44, but
he just
wouldn't that be kick catch interference?
Well, actually, he let him. He called for a fair catch, and like I say, he catches the ball and he just hits him.
Well, that drive doesn't take very long, Glenn. Only a minute there for the Indians to score.
I say that's with this game, like we talked about, still a lot of time left. You know, this is where the Maverick offense needs to put together a drive, hand the ball off to Davis, and let's chew up some yards and get some time off the clock.
3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Overa in the shotgun. He'll bring Burris in motion. They'll hand it to JQ right side. Big hole to the 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. See you later. JQ Davis is going to take it inside the 10-5. Touchdown, JQ Davis.
No
flags.
Once again, one man can make the play, and who puts the block on him but Ja'Cory Smith. I tell you what, Davis is going to owe him a steak dinner for his downfield blocking tonight. That just brings a smile to my face to see a talented receiver like that block downfield.
And Reggie Cooper has pointed out that's only the Mavericks' second offensive play of the second quarter. And it goes 1 play, 65 yards, and there's 56. Oh, got to be more than 56. Is it 56? Yep, 56. I can't do math. 56, that's right. Here's the point after. It's up. Buchanan's leg is going to be exhausted by the time this one's over. 38-14, our new score with 8:07 to play. Stay with us. You're listening to Marshall Maverick football on the heartbeat of East Texas. Well, welcome back here to Maverick Stadium, and the Tribe gets on the board to make it 31-14, and Marshall needs 1 play to go 56 yards behind the wheels of JQ Davis, and the lead is back to 38-14, Glenn.
As you mentioned, Buck Buchanan, he's going to have to ice his leg down. We have scored 6 times, and we kicked off to start the game, so this is his 8th kickoff. And we're not even halfway through the second quarter. He's kicked 5 extra points, kicked a field goal that got called back on a penalty, and then he kicked a 46-yarder. So he's put the leg to the ball quite a few times already.
Yeah, amazing first half so far for Marshall. Scoring in many different fashions, a punt return, an interception return, and here comes Buchanan's kick from his 40. This one will be returnable. It will be taken at the 5. By the Jacksonville Indians to the 20. He'll be hit right there, dropped at the 22. So good coverage there for Marshall.
Well, one of 2 things happened there. Either Buchanan's leg is getting tired, or they just wanted to give them the opportunity to return a kickoff to see what our kickoff return team or kickoff coverage team could do. And they tackle them inside the 25, so it's a net 2-yard positive for the Mavericks special teams.
So they'll start from their own 23-yard line. First down and 10 for Jacksonville. 8:01 to play here in the half. It's 38-14 Marshall. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. 2 backs in the backfield now, 1 on either side of McCowan. He'll stand back about his 18. Takes the snap. He's going to hand it off going right side. Big hole, a lot of room. He'll make one man miss. Marshall not able to get him down, and he'll take it at the 45.
Yeah, McEwen on just a straight carry, not catching the pass. You can tell he's probably one of their better athletes, and he ran over Andrew Paul there. One tackler, would-be tackler, and they finally bring him down as he crosses over the 45-yard line.
It's going to be a gain of 23 on the play. It'll be 1st and 10, Jacksonville from their own 46. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Cowan in the shotgun. He'll drop back, fakes the handoff, looks to throw it across. Oh, almost picked off again.
That went right through the hands of the intended receiver. That's number 12, Ryan Walker. Ball that should have been caught.
I think that hurt. Those were some Quinn Hawkins footsteps is what he heard, because Quinn leveled him after that went incomplete.
You know, Quinn had that big hit earlier in the game, and if I remember right, I believe against Pine Tree last week, delivered a pretty mighty blow.
So it'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for Jacksonville from their own 46. 3 receivers left. They're going to hand this one off going over the left side. Nothing doing. He'll lose a yard.
That's number 41, Javon Wilder for the Mavericks on the tackle. That'll be a 1-yard loss.
So nothing there. 3rd down and 11 for Jacksonville. The clock continues to run. We might get this under 7 minutes here. Long first half with all the stoppages in play. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. McCowan in the shotgun, back to his right from the middle of the field. 3rd and 11. You got to get to the Marshall 44 for a first down. Snap to McCowan's low, drops back, being pressured all the way back to his 30. Going to try to throw a screen. It'll fall incomplete.
Going to throw it away. The Maverick defense put some pressure on him. McCowan had to continue to retreat. He just throws it out there in the right flat, well beyond his intended receiver. Another punting situation for the Indians.
All right, folks, so get your popcorn ready. Roberson's going in. He'll stand at his 35. Let's see what they do here. I would not punt the ball to Chi-Chi. He's going to stand right at the 30-yard line. The Jacksonville Indians punting from their own 45. Punter will stand back about the 33. Ball's on the right hash. They don't have enough people on the field. They're not going to get this off. Oh, now they're going to, let's see it down under 3, 2, 1. It's going to be up, barely get it off.
Just got it off.
Here's the punt. This is returnable. Chi-Chi's going to let it bounce, go out of bounds about the 15, 16. That's where Marshall will start. Yeah, Reggie Cooper said had he caught that, he could, boy, he had some reverse field. And I tell you what, and I don't know how to say this other than it kind of looks a little bit like portions of this game, the Indians look kind of disinterested.
Well, you know, they came out early and drew first blood and took the early 7-0 lead. And then I say the Mavericks finally got their wheels under them, and they've just kind of punched them in the mouth. And I think Jacksonville, they're falling like flies with injuries, and Mavericks have just taken complete control of this game.
2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, way out. It's going to be a run-in play here. Olvera in the shotgun with Davis. Now they're going to split. No, that's Chi-Chi Roberson. They'll split him out. Empty backfield. Here comes the tribe. Oh, got Chi-Chi wide open at the 35-40, 45-50. Comes back across the field to the 35-30, 25-20, 15, 10. Oh, he goes out of bounds at the 5. What a run from Chi-Chi Roberson.
Boy, he just isolated and got the receiver split. 2 receivers split wide on both sides, and they send Robertson down the middle. 1-on-1, I believe that may have been a linebacker covering him, and Olvera throws it out there, and it's a foot race down the 79-yard gain to the Maverick 6-yard line.
What a great play design. Chi-Chi lined up to the left of Olvera as a running back. They send him out in motion, and a back trying to cover him is not going to happen. He splits him, and he takes it 79 yards to the 5. So here we go. Olvera in the shotgun, takes a snap to Davis. He'll go over left side, almost gets in. They'll mark him at the 2.
That was a great tackle there by Dylan Roberts for the Indians. I say Davis, he had a huge hole, and he was the only man there to stop him, and he makes a great tackle in space, and it's going to be just short of the goal line. It's going to be second goal from the 1.
Boy, I tell you what, they gave him the 1, Glenn. That's going to be a 5-yard gain there. They gave him the 1. All right. So put it at the 1-yard line. And, boy, I tell you, Marshall is scoring at a breakneck pace tonight. 5:55 to play in the half. 38-14, the Mavericks knocking on the door. They're in the Austin Bank red zone at the 1. Heavy formation for the Mavericks. Under center. Takes the snap, toss to the outside. Will he get in? He does.
I believe that's Robertson.
Touchdown, Chi Robertson. Hey, that's a good play. Hadn't seen that this season. Mavericks get under center with a wing T look, and they go in to score.
The Mavericks are making this swing and gate look just a routine, but continue to send Buck out for the PAT. That'll be the case again as Sam Palmer struts out on the field for the deep snap. Robertson's going to hold. Buchanan to kick.
So here we go, 5:37 to play in the half as we await the point after. Chi Robertson loses it. Now let's see, he may get in for the 2-point conversion, trying to get to the outside.
Where's the horse collar?
Wow, that's got to be a horse collar.
Got to be kidding me.
Well, everybody in the booth called that one, and I think about ripped his jersey off.
Well, that was clearly from behind and pulls him backwards. And you know, you've got all these officials out there on the field and no call.
Well, nonetheless, the Mavericks get another Community Health Corps touchdown. They extend their lead 44-14 with 5:37 to play in the half. That drive goes 3 plays, 84 yards, the 1-yard touchdown run from Roberson. He ran about 10, but he only needed 1. So 1-yard Chi touchdown there. Your scoring drive recap brought to you by Kyle Dansby. And the Mavericks take a 44-14 lead, and there are still 5 minutes and 37 seconds left in the half.
Like I say, it's going to be 9 o'clock before we get to the half.
Well, I know. I don't know if we're looking for this, but in 1926 we won 102-0. So we're on pace right now for close to 102. So the Mavericks will kick from their 40, left to right. Let's see if Buck gets this one out the back of the end zone or if his leg is tired after all this kicking. I tell you what, it's been a wild football game so far.
I tell you what, for sure.
So here we go. Buck Buchanan will kick from his 40. Here's the kick. This one will drive. Nope. That Indian said, nope, not going to even try to go catch that.
We'll just take it at the 25.
Poor old Jacksonville, man. Wheels are off. 44-14 with 5:37 to play in the half. That is something.
Tell you what, the Mavericks have risen to the occasion. They said, we've seen a little bit of everything tonight. I tell you what, we're going to have to spend some time at the half kind of getting our thoughts together as far as our player of the game. There's going to be a lot of people to consider tonight.
This may be the whole team. I mean, goodness gracious. They've come out down 7-0 early, and they answered the bell. So 5:37 to play. Jacksonville, McCowan in the shotgun. Back to his right. They're going to fake the handoff. He is snowed under for a loss of about 3.
It's like Wilder's going to end up getting credited for the tackle, but Buchanan, I believe, that came in on the blitz and set McCowan scrambling and sets up the sack for Wilder.
So that'll be second down and about 12 now for Jacksonville. No sense of urgency for the Tribe as we'll go under 5 minutes to play in the half. Again, 44-14 our score. Marshall with the lead. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left, up back left. McCowan in the shotgun, or the pistol rather, back behind him. Fakes the handoff, rolls to the outside. A lot of Mavericks giving chase, and a good defensive play there. Pass incomplete.
I believe that Perkins, or I believe that's Perkins out there on the coverage.
I tell you what, Glenn, that old McCowan he's also going to be exhausted. He has thrown a bunch of passes. We still got 5 to go.
But you've noticed here that the Mavericks defensive scheme, I'll let you get back to the coverage. We'll talk about that after this play.
So 3rd down and 12 for McCowan from the 23-yard line. Needs the 35 for a first down. Double split wide each side. Back to his right. McCowan takes it, low snap. Oh, he's hit, but they don't bring him down. Now he's going to throw this one to the outside. Has a man. It'll be overthrown. Marshall had an opportunity for a sack and let him loose.
Well, the difference is you think that first drive, or I guess it's their second possession in Jacksonville, ultimately drove down and scored. McCowan sat back there with plenty of time to throw, and he just found the open man. The Mavericks have brought pressure, and he's literally, from the time he gets the ball, he's having to scramble, and he's making some errant throws, and it's really changed the way he's running the offense back there.
So here we go. Grab your popcorn bucket. Chi-Chi Roberson standing at the 46 as we await the punt. Low snap, gathered together, and it's blocked. It is partially blocked, and it will go out of bounds at the Jacksonville 26 7-yard line.
I believe that was Seabiscuit with the hand on the ball there. We have seen defensive scores. We've seen punt returns. Now we've seen a partial punt block.
And it wasn't a bad snap. It's just the punter kind of gathered it funny.
The deep snapper doesn't quite have the zip on his snaps as Sam does as our deep snapper.
So the Mavericks will start. You can't get much better field position than the opponent's 27. That ball didn't even get back to the first down. The 4-yard punt, says Reggie Cooper. So the Mavs start with 4:37 here in the half. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Olvera takes the snap, empties the backfield. He's got a man wide open. Ja'Cory Smith, touchdown.
Ja'Cory Smith, 32-yard touchdown, 1 play. He ran straight up the seam, and he had 3 steps on his guy, and all Olvera had to do was just toss the ball up, and Smith catches it for another Maverick score, and we are officially at the half-century mark with 4:30 to play in the second quarter.
I mean, folks, we're on pace for 100. You think I'm kidding, but we're not. I mean, we're scoring. This is the 3rd drive that we've scored in 1 play. 27 yards. My goodness gracious, this is just unbelievable so far. As the point after is up and it's good, 51-14. Reggie Cooper says we've run 6 plays in the second half, and on those 6 plays, Reggie, we've scored touchdowns on what, 3? Well, folks, stay with us. You're listening to Marshall Maverick Football on the Heartbeat. We'll be back right after this. Well, welcome back to Marshall's Maverick Stadium, where the Mavs take a 51-14 lead. That last touchdown play, 1 play, 27 yards. Olvera to Smith. Now a new kicker for Marshall.
Yeah, I say I think Buck is near his kick limit. These numbers are awful to see, and I've got some binoculars here. Let's see if I can.
So here comes the kick for Marshall. Really nice kick. That one will also go out the end zone. So Marshall, plug and play.
I'm going to get you a number real quick as he runs off the field.
That was a great kick from that young
69.
Man. Let's see here.
I take my glasses off, get my binoculars. Number 69. That's Jesus James.
Yeah.
He is our kicker. He's a junior, so he's getting a little action. It's something you're having a good night when your backup kicker gets some action before halftime.
Yeah, good job there for Jesus James. Marshall was offsides on that play, so they'll start from their 30. One of the few mistakes the Mavericks have made here in the first half. Again, folks, 51-14 is our score with 4:30 to play in the half. Jacksonville starts from the 30. 2 wide receivers right, 1 left. Low snap. McCowan brings it in. He's got a whole bunch of Mavericks there around him, and somehow he finds another man, and it's completed at about the 47-yard line of Marshall.
Well, he scrambled around until he finally found a man coming across the middle. That was Paul and Warren on the tackle, and they kind of collide, and looks like their legs kind of hit each other.
We got an injury on the field. We're going to take a timeout with them. With 4:20 to play, our score, Marshall 51,
Jacksonville 14. Stay with us. You're listening to Maverick Football on the Heartbeat.
Here at Marshall's Maverick Stadium, the injured Maverick up on his feet, walks off under his own power. Good to see. With 4:16 to play here in the half. A 26-yard pickup there for McCowan. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Maverick 46. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. McCowan in the shotgun with a back to his left. Ball right in the middle of the field on the Maverick M. Snap is low and back, lots of time, little pressure. He'll step up in the pocket, has a man out there. Catch will be made at the 34 of Marshall. Should be enough for a first down.
As James Perkins out there on the coverage for the Mavericks at the cornerback position. He makes the tackle right after the catch and gets a little help from his teammate to drag down the receiver. That was number 13, Xavier Kendrick, on the catch.
So 1st and 10 for the Tribe from the Maverick 35. 3:41 to play in the half. 51-14 Marshall. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Shotgun back there. Whoop. Quick pass to the outside. Tackle will be made after a gain of only 1.
Nice tackle on that play. Again, difficult to see the number. These black jerseys with the red numbers on them. But a nice play by the Maverick defender. Just a short game for the Indians. On that previous play, that was actually Calvin Bryant on the catch, number 23, not 13.
That'll bring up 2nd down and 9 for Jacksonville from the Maverick 34-yard line. 2 receivers split wide each side. McCowan in the shotgun back to his right from the right hash. Marshall looks to bring pressure. They will. McCowan will get this one off across the middle. Catch will be made at the 25, still on his feet. He'll carry a Maverick down to the 21.
That was Calvin Bryant again on the catch. So he makes the catch and picks up about another 5 after the catch for another Indians first down.
So they'll mark it at the Marshall 21. They're just outside the Austin Bank red zone here. Clock will move under 2.5 to play here in the half. 51-14 Marshall with the lead. Jacksonville knocking on the door. 2 receivers split wide right, 1 to the left. Ball from the right hash. McCowan in the shotgun with a back to his left. The Mavericks drop everybody back in coverage. Low snap, a little pressure. He's going to throw this one up to the corner. Marshall might be able to make a play. It'll go out of bounds.
Yeah, McCowan he reared back and just threw that one out of the back of the end zone. There's 2 Mavericks there. Excellent coverage and no chance for a catch. Again, that was the intended receiver was Calvin Bryant, number 23, the 6'2", 190-pound senior.
That'll stop the clock with 2:16 left to play here in the half from Maverick Stadium. 2nd down and 10 for the Tribe from the Maverick 21-yard line. From the right hash, we got 1 receiver split wide right, 3 to the left. McCowan in the shotgun back to his left, so left heavy side here for the Tribe. Takes the snap low, he'll recover it, a lot of pressure, and it's picked off. Picked off by Quinn Hawkins to the 30. See you later. 50. 40, can he get there? He will. It'll be a touchdown. Quinn Hawkins, his 2nd of the night, all the way from the 20-yard line.
He picked it off about the 10, I believe, is where that was.
Oh, my goodness, I think you're right. A 90-yard interception return for Quinn Hawkins.
What? And McCowan, I believe that may be him on the ground. He got popped as he made the throw, and Hawkins steps in, picks it off for his 2nd pick 6 of the evening, and he's going to take it 90 yards to put the Mavericks up 57-14 with still almost 2 minutes to play in the game.
Yeah, 1:57. 1:57 to play. It was not a bad throw. It was good coverage. He stepped in front of him, got the pick, and off he went.
Well, McCowan, and he does walk off the field on his own power. We're glad to see that. But he took a hit just as he was throwing the ball, which may have taken something off of where he was intending to throw it, and Hawkins was there, picks it up and goes 90 yards untouched.
You can't say this very often when your linebacker has 130 yards in interceptions and 2 touchdowns. Snap is back, hold is down, it's blocked.
Oh.
It's blocked, and this one's going to be recovered by Buck Bugat, Chichi Roberson back at the 30.
Yeah, that was James on the kick. He came in for the extra point, and Indians block it. Robertson falls on the ball, and so the score will remain 57-14 with 1:57 to play in the first half.
So we have had a little bit of everything here tonight. We've had a missed PAT. We've had a blocked PAT. We've had 2 interceptions for touchdowns. We've had a punt return for a touchdown.
block punt.
A blocked punt, that's right. I mean, what a wild first half. 57-14 Marshall with a commanding lead here with 1:57 to play, and it's not even halftime.
I tell you what, and the officials I know, have got to be getting tired. I mean, they've teed this thing up now. Mavericks have scored 9. I think we've had 11 scores plus the opening. We've had 12 kickoffs, and we still have 2 minutes to play in the first half.
I tell you what, a pretty dominating performance here for Marshall. After that first touchdown, that first possession for Jacksonville, they go to, well, the second possession rather, go down and score. But since then, it's been all Big Red. 57-14, High Mace will kick from his own 40-yard line. I think Buck Buchanan's kicking night is over.
And it needs to be.
Yeah.
We don't want to pull a hamstring.
So here we go. Jaimes kicked this one out the end zone last time. Let's see what he does here. Here's the kick from Jaimes. This one's going to be a squib. It might go out of bounds. Oh, still going to roll. Be taken at the 4, to the 10, to the 15. Got some room out there. The Mavericks will kind of corral him at the 25. They'll mark him at the 27.
Indians are going to have about 1:48 to try to do something on this possession. Will be interesting to see McCowan, if he's going to, he is there with the coach, so he will come back out on the field after taking a pretty good hit on that interception return by Hawkins.
Well, it's not often that I use an entire sheet for a game. I've used an entire sheet for a half. I'm out of room. I'm going to have to go get me another play sheet. We're going to have some interesting stats for you at halftime. They really won't tell the tale. Marshall has not had the ball much on offense.
Well, our defense has outrushed our offense.
That's right. 1st and 10 for the Tribe from the Maverick 27-yard line. They'll hand this one off up the middle. He'll gash a bunch of Mavericks. He'll pick up 12. They'll mark him at the 41.
That's number 24 on the carry. That was De'Arian Hinton, and he's a tough runner on that carry, and so he kind of laid some wood to the Maverick defenders. Moves the chains for the Indians.
Minute and a half left to go in the half. 57-14 Marshall. Jacksonville to the line of scrimmage. Marshall not yet ready. 2 receivers split wide each side. McCowan in the shotgun. He'll hand this one off again, coming over the outside. There's a bunch of holds there, no call. Tackle's going to be made at the 45. They'll give him the 46.
Yeah, Jico Smith, he fought off a good stiff arm by number 24. He gives him a pat on the helmet. Good sportsmanship there by Hinton, and after he gets tackled by Jico McCoy.
I can tell you what, I umpired some baseball games that were blowouts, and I remember saying the strike zones from the feet to the top of your head. And I think right now there is nothing that's going to stop the clock on this game. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Now they're going to be 3 right for Jacksonville on 2nd down and 5 from the Maverick, or from their 46 rather. Count in the shotgun. He'll hand it off going up the middle. Tackle's going to be up. Didn't get him on the ground. He'll take it over the 50 and stretch to the 45 of Marshall. 1st down. Boy, what a good runner.
He is. He's running hard, and like I say, he almost kind of makes you wonder if Jacksonville, I mean, they've got 1 timeout left. They burned 2 early in the game, and the clock is running down to 25 seconds, and they don't appear to be in any hurry to try to score here before the half.
3 receivers left, 1 to the right. 1st and 10 Jacksonville from the Maverick 46. McCowan in the shotgun as we go under 15 seconds to play. Drops back looking to pass. He's pressured and hit as he throws. This one's going to be picked off at the 20. Still, he's coming back to the right. He'll make one man miss to the 30. And that's where he'll go down, right about the 32-yard line.
He must have missed that one. Montana Warren, he picks it off, and he kind of tossed the ball in the face of the offensive player that tackled him, but that's going to pretty much do it for this half. With a second to play, the Mavericks has snapped the ball 1 time, and I would think they would just take a knee here. We've got another injured Indian on the field.
That's the 3rd pick tonight for McCowan, I believe. Might be the 4th. We'll try to get you those numbers. That's 4th for the night.
Picked one off.
That's right.
Had 2
that's
by
right.
Hawkins, and then that one right there by Warren. So that's 4 interceptions on McCowan.
And that'll be it for the half. They'll let it go with 1 second. We've got an Indian down, and that will be it for the half. So Marshall takes a 57-14 lead over the Indians. We'll be back to give you those first half stats right after this. About 2 minutes. Stay with us. You're listening to Maverick Football on the heartbeat of East Texas. Well, folks, welcome back here to Marshall's Mavericks Stadium. We're finishing getting up the stats here. We're going to send you to Glenn right now for a look around the district as we finish this wild first half where it's 57-14 Marshall.
Absolutely a wild first half. We've got stats coming from all areas, from downstairs, Reggie here in the booth, Dusty Weaver on the coaching staff. It's going to be quite an event to try to get some accurate stats. So many things have happened tonight. We've seen it all, but while they finish tallying those up for you, we'll go around the district and update you. It looks like all 4 district games are now at the half. Texas High has extended their lead a little bit on Hallsville, still closer than what we'd expected that one might be, but the Tigers are leading Hallsville, playing over at Bobcat Stadium. They lead 23-10. Of course, you know the score here. Mavericks have put up 57 points in the first half as they lead the Jacksonville Indians 57-14 up in Mount Pleasant. The Tigers, Mount Pleasant leads White House 16-7. And the other game, which is kind of the shocker, we kind of felt like the Pine Tree would really put it to Nacogdoches, but at the half, Nacogdoches is leading Pine Tree 13-12. And that's just around the district, kind of tell you where we're at. Chase, we ready on the stats?
Whew, I'm gonna tell you, this is some wild stuff. So when you hear these stats, you think it was a pretty close football game. The Mavericks, right now, the Mavericks have 125 yards rushing in the first half, 141 yards through the air, 266 total yards for the Mavs. You flip over and look at the Indians, 42 yards on the ground, 209 yards through the air, 251 yards of total offense. I mean, you're right there together. The difference, Jacksonville, 4 turnovers, 2 of those returned by Quinn Hawkins for touchdowns. One, a 90-yard interception return for a touchdown. The other, a 40-yard interception return for a touchdown. Quinn Hawkins, 2 picks, 130 yards in the first half. To put that in perspective, J.Q. Davis tonight has 9 carries for 125 yards and 2 touchdowns. Quinn Hawkins has him beat on yardage and equal on touchdowns.
I tell you, when you read those stats, you look at those offensive stats of yardage, and you think, how in the world do the Mavericks have 57 points on that amount of offense?
We're going to tell you here in just a second, Marshall penalized 15 yards tonight, no turnovers in the first half for the Mavericks. If you'll look at Olvera tonight, he's 5 of 9, 141 yards. I think he has 3 touchdowns. We're going to check that, or 2 touchdowns rather. Chichi Roberson tonight, 1 reception, 79 yards and a touchdown. Also, he added just a beautiful 48-yard punt return in the second quarter. Ja'Cory Smith, 4 receptions, 62 yards and a touchdown. And again, Quinn Hawkins, 2 pick sixes. You don't see that very often. Andrew Paul with a pick and Warren with a pick in the first half. So the Mavericks score on offense, on a punt return, and twice on defense on interceptions. I mean, it's been a wild first half.
Well, it really has, and you know in high school baseball your pitchers have a pitch count. They can only throw 110 pitches in a week. Apparently, Buck Buchanan, he must have reached his kick limit in the first half. Coach opting to pull him out of the game. Hopefully not to avoid trying to avoid a leg injury. He has kicked the ball off, has had I guess 7 extra points, a field goal that was called back on a penalty, multiple kickoffs, but just a great overall performance by the Mavericks. Kind of came out on their heels that first possession, went backwards 7 yards, but since then it has been all Big Red.
That's right. Big Red has been rolling here tonight. Again, our score at halftime, it's Marshall 57, Jacksonville 14. Those stats brought to you by Brad Burris, Century 21, a select group, a family-owned and operated office that strives to provide the high quality of service that individuals expect from a Century 21 office. Brad and his team of agents are simply the best, and it's your choice for all your real estate needs here in Marshall and the East Texas area. So, again, the Mavs rolling at the half, but it's funny. You look at plays, you look at yardage. If that's all you looked at, you'd think this was nip and tuck. This will blow your mind, Glenn. But the Jacksonville Indians have run 41 plays in this football game. The Mavericks only 20, and they lead 57-14 at halftime. I mean, the Mavs scored on 3 possessions that were one play. J.Q. Davis goes one play, 47 yards for the touchdown. 3 plays, 46 yards and a field goal. Then you've got one play, 56 yards, J.Q. Davis to the house. One play, 27 yards, Olvera to Ja'Cory Smith. I mean, I haven't seen as many one-play drives in a long, long time.
Well, like I say, we talked about it in the pregame, thought that Jacksonville, their weakness was their defense. It has been for not just this season, but in years past. And like I say, I think their wheel was just taken away from them. They came out with a little life early on, and the Mavericks just kind of punched them in the mouth, and they have all but rolled over, and they've had a lot of kids down on the turf. Hopefully no serious injuries, but I think the Mavericks are just taking it to them.
Yeah, and the Mavericks have had some opportunities, on that field goal drive. We had a touchdown that we weren't able to convert on that one, a touchdown that Bo Burris, 9 times out of 10, he's going to catch that and score. We talked about in the pregame that last season that Jacksonville gave up 40 points in 7 of 10 games. They've given up 51 twice this season. They've given up 57 tonight, and we've still got a half to play.
And you certainly know that the Mavericks are going to clear the bench in the second half. Every kid is going to get the opportunity to play. I mean, like I say, you got to stay focused. The key to the second half is to keep the clock running. Stay in bounds, run the football between the hashes. Let's get this thing over with, get out of here with everybody healthy, and then let's start getting ready for Texas High next week.
And I tell you what, some things that I've seen that have been pretty neat that I think are really good. Coach Cupp has really expanded the playbook a little bit and has thrown some wrinkles in here tonight. And you might say, well, why are we doing that tonight? We don't need to do that. Well, Texas High is going to have to look and defend some looks they've never seen. So now all of a sudden we've got some additional arrows in our quiver that they're going to have to cover. I mean, these Chi-Chi in the backfield, and you rotate him out, you split him out, and he was wide open on that pass. So now you've got to figure out, okay, how do we defend that? So I think it's pretty smart from Coach Cupp to show some looks that we haven't shown all season. Texas High's going to have to work a little harder this week.
Absolutely. And I tell you what, talked about it when it happened, but I want to give recognition again to Ja'Cory Smith, a great 6'4" junior wide receiver for the Mavericks, and you see him downfield blocking on, I guess, both touchdown runs, one by Davis, and the other, I believe, was another pass that he's downfield just pushing his guy to the end zone, and you got to love that as a coach, and I certainly do as a fan.
Yeah, I tell you what, in Ja'Cory, a big week last week. He had 4 catches for 100 yards, played really well against Pine Tree, had a just miraculous catch that kept that drive going. He's kind of getting better every week, kind of coming into his own. He's playing really well in that effort that you talk about. That's one thing all the coaches have stressed is effort. That's kind of their mantra. You're seeing that tonight.
Yeah, and I just found out, talking about Robertson, want to wish him a happy birthday. I understand today is his birthday. Returns a punt for a touchdown and gets into the end zone again. And you talk about those playmakers, Ja'Cory Smith, Robertson, J.Q. Davis. Offensive line is improving every week. Olvera certainly settled in at quarterback. Tell you what, I kind of going into the season thought, Texas High was probably the team to beat. I'm thinking the Marshall Mavericks are going to be the team to beat in this district.
Well, we get better every week. You mentioned that. Our defense continues to do well and continues to kind of put their foot in the ground when they need to and get a play. I mean, 4 interceptions on the night against McCown's pretty good. I mean, he's a good quarterback.
Yeah, probably the best throwing quarterback we've seen this season.
Yeah, I mean, it's already the Indians this season, through 4 games, they've thrown for 1,200 yards. I mean, the guy's got a cannon. So the Mavericks done something right here so far with those 4 picks, 2 for touchdowns, unheard of to have that in the first half. I mean, I believe, if I'm correct, Reggie, I believe we scored 43 points in the second quarter. I mean, that is unheard of to score 43 points in a quarter.
And also want to give credit to the coaching staff. We talked that first drive by Jacksonville, McAllen back in the pocket. He had plenty of time to throw, and they made some adjustments, brought some pressure, and they've pretty much had pressure on him since that first scoring drive by Jacksonville, and it's completely changed the outlook of the game.
Well, we're going to give you some quick other scores from around the East Texas area that you might be interested in. New Caney High School, we saw them earlier in the season. They trail Lufkin 27-24 with 11:56 left to play in the fourth quarter. That's a dandy of a game. Tyler Legacy goes over to Skyline. They lead 28-7 at the half. And Longview, they're at home tonight, and the Big Green Machine has come into their own 42-0 over Whiteley East with 9:59 left to play in the third quarter. And then Lindale, a team that has been in our district in the past, they're at home tonight against Chapel Hill. They lead 29-7. Chapel Hill was ranked in the season, so that's a big game for Lindale on their way to a win at the half. So crazy stuff going on around East Texas tonight. Crazy stuff going on here at Maverick Stadium.
And some mention some good stuff here in the booth. My youngest son, my middle child, Cade Bickerdike, has surprised us, rolled in from Waco to take in some homecoming festivities for the Mavericks. Good to have him here in the booth. Haven't seen him face-to-face in about 3 months. And also down in the stands for her first football game ever, my only grandchild, little Georgia Bickerdike.
Quit smiling.
Quit smiling. She's gorgeous, but she's down there in the stands with my oldest son and his wife, and they're getting ready to watch Aunt Kendall do her thing with the Mavettes.
I think it's great that he's home, because I think your grass needs mowing, need a little weed eating done. You're just right on time. Well, folks, at halftime, it's 57-14. We're going to step away for just a moment. The Jacksonville band will leave, and the Mavettes will come on. We're going to let you watch them and listen to them. So we'll be back in about 1 minute. Give me two commercials, and we'll be back to show you the Mavettes and the Big Red Pride right after this. Folks, welcome back to Maverick Stadium at the half. It's the Mavericks 57, Jacksonville 14, as we're about to let you watch and or listen to the Big Red Pride and the Marshall Mavettes. The Mavettes under the direction of Heather Hill. So let's listen in to the Mavette officers and watch their routine.
Lieutenant Julia Carlisle, daughter of Clay and Amy Carlisle. Lieutenant Kendall Bickerdike, daughter of Glenn and Karen Bickerdike. First Lieutenant Faith Martinez, daughter of Melissa and Jose Lopez. And on the 50-yard line is tonight's homecoming queen, your captain, Ayana Johnson, daughter of Victoria Foreman. Mavette of the week is Patricia Coyazzo. And your spirit girl of the week is Kara Costas.
The Mavette social officers are Jennifer Aguilar, Alea Allen, Camila Arias, Daisy Luna, Monta Martinez, and head social Emily Albert.
The Mavettes are under the direction of Heather Hill, assisted by Shelby Crowians. Tonight, the Mavettes would like to entertain you with their cheer routine. These boots are made for walk-in, accompanied by the Big Red Pride Marching Band. our Mavet managers, Brooks, Bryden, Yair, Anthony, Logan, and Homelie. Let's hear it for the Marshall Mavets.
Great job there by the Marshall Mavets as they leave the field after their routine. And the Big Red Pride getting ready. I tell you what, these folks, Big Red Pride works really hard every week. They're up here late in the evening. Oftentimes after everybody else is gone, they'll be up here working at least one day a week under the lights. So good job by these folks. The band continues to grow every year, gets a little bit bigger. We had an interesting last week. Put those on, Reg Cooper. We're going to talk with Reg Cooper for just a second. So last week, we were at Pine Tree, and Reg, have you ever seen a carnival breakout? We had a carnival breakout at halftime.
It was a carnival.
We had a
True statement.
Yeah, I mean, it had bridges and mats, and it was interesting. Well, Reggie, what do you think? First half, have you ever seen a more strange second quarter? I mean, 43 points in the second quarter.
I'm really proud of the guys because one of the things I kind of worry about when you're playing a team like Jacksonville, you worry about playing down, and they did not play down to them. You know, they're high intensity offense, defense, and we're playing to that. So,
yeah, kudos to the kids. And tell you what, I was talking to Coach Cup just a minute ago, and I said, hey, what a play to Chi-Chi when you rotated him out. And he said, well, we noticed on the Hallsville film that when you got in a stack, they'd leave the middle of the field wide open. Well, that's some really good coaching right there. Great call. I said I'd never seen 3 one-play drives in the first half. He says, yeah, I think our defense wanted us to stop doing that.
Yeah, those guys getting those interceptions, you know, you see Chi-Chi them get that those plays and stuff. It's almost like Deion Sanders. When they catch the ball, you just lay down and just let them do their thing.
That's right. Well, folks, we're going to let you listen to the Big Red Pride for just a moment.
Emmanuel Martinez and Karina Cordova.
Well, folks, there you go, the Big Red Pride. They are performing their routine that they will do at contest, I believe. Got some props moving in the background with the color guard and members of the band. So we'll turn it back to them as they are finishing that routine right now. All right, folks, the Big Red Pride finishing up. 57-14 our score here at the half. And the Marshall Mavericks with the lead, just talking in the booth a little bit about that might be a record in the first half, 57 points. Not sure about that. Maybe some Mav historians out there that can help us with that. Big Red Pride finishing up pretty good routine there. Good job from Mark Wyndham and his kids. Worked really hard. Good job for the Big Red Pride. Again, our score at halftime, it's Marshall 57, Jacksonville 14. Had the question posed, is that a record for points and a half? Got to be close.
I'll tell you what, if we beat them 102-0 back in, what, 1916?
26.
26. So you figure that's half of that's 51.
Yeah, it is interesting to think that you're on pace. You're on pace for over 100. I mean, if you kept that, there's no way you could keep that pace up. I mean, that second quarter was a sight to behold.
Well, it was, and the good thing about that now, obviously the Mavericks are in a commanding 43-point lead here. This is the time when you let these guys that don't get to see the field as much. We've already seen our second string kicker come into the game and boot one into the end zone, and look forward to seeing some of these younger kids and maybe even some of the seniors that don't get to play a lot. This will be a homecoming night. Let them kind of get their name in the stat sheet a little bit.
So I got to think. Let's think back on this. So going into the second quarter, was it 17-7 going into the second quarter, or was it 14-7?
I believe it was 14-7. I believe
14-7 to start the second quarter, and the Mavericks. Oh my gosh, what is that? That's 40. Is that 47 points?
43.
Is that 43? Okay, yeah, 43 points. So Ryan Nolan is checking for me. He says there's 2 games that could have beaten that. So he's looking to see. It's going to be top 3 for sure, he says. We got 102 in one game. We scored 90 in another game at one point. So it really could get interesting. And the Mavericks scored in some unconventional ways. It's not like they're running the score up. I mean, you're running interceptions for touchdowns and punt returns for touchdowns. I mean, that.
Well, something else that's not happened, you got to go back, I guess, to 2019. Mavericks, obviously, we feel like we're going to hold on tonight, but it'll be the first 3-game winning streak that we've had going back to the 2019 season. I think we didn't win more than 2 in a row last year.
Yep.
So starting to get a streak going again.
Well, got a 2-game win streak after tonight, didn't it? No, it will be 3.
Yeah,
we sure will.
Last
right.
non-district, and then this will take us 2-0 in district.
That's right. Take the Mavs. A win tonight takes the Mavs to 3-2. And I tell you what, folks, if you're listening at home, assuming Marshall holds on tonight and wins, there better be a straight line of cars going north next Friday night to Texarkana. We're going to need a big crowd next week.
I tell you, it would not hurt my feelings if there was not one single person listening to us on the radio and they were all in the stands in Texarkana next week.
That's right. Pretty good crowd here tonight for Marshall's homecoming. We sure hope you guys jump in the car and go north next week, as Marshall will travel to Texas High. Texas High holding on to the win, aren't they?
They pushed out to a 30-10 lead, 9 minutes to go in the third quarter. Pine Tree has finally taken the lead over Nacogdoches. We thought that would happen. They now lead 18-13 with about 4 minutes to play in the third quarter down in Nacogdoches. And the score remains the same in Mount Pleasant, 16-7 over White House.
So just checking right quick, and oh my goodness, you got a nail biter. New Caney has now taken the lead 31-27 over Lufkin with 3:27 to play. That's one of obvious interest to Mav fans, as Marshall dropped that first game to New Caney. They lost last week to, I believe, College Station, which is the number 5 or 6 team in the state. So New Caney pulls off that win tonight. That's a big win for them.
It is indeed. I mean, Lufkin, a storied program, and it kind of just shows you that even though our offense sputtered against New Caney, I'd say it was a 9-7 game for, almost to the end into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, the Mavericks end up losing that one 23-7, but that's even deceptive, as they scored really late in the game. 16-7, and they had that pick that took it down to the 2, and they scored on the next play. So, well, Marshall's going to start with the football.
That's something. You have a 57-14 point lead, and you get the opening second half kickoff.
Yeah, so that is exactly what you want. If you're winning 57-14, you always want to start with the football, start the second half. So,
well, like I say, I certainly hope we get to see one of our young quarterbacks come in and start this opening series in the second half.
So again, those first half, Marshall, Jacksonville, they're about 10 yards, 60, or about 13 yards apart. Here comes the pooch kick. This one's going to be taken by the Mavericks' Bo Burris right about the 42.
And we'll see as the offense makes its way out on the field. It does look like Sloan, number 15, is going to come in at quarterback for the Mavericks.
And folks, I'm going to tell you, it is 9:36, and we're just starting of the second half.
IHOP may even be closed time we get done with this one.
I don't think I'm going to get my blizzard tonight, Mr. Giles. I think y'all are going to be closed before I can get there. So here we go. 57-14, Marshall will start with the football from their own 42-yard line after the pooch kick from Jacksonville. Sloan in the shotgun. 3 receivers split wide to the right, 1 to the left. Handoff's going to go to AP up the middle. He'll bull his way across the 50. They'll mark him just right at the first down mark. It'll be a gain of 10.
Yeah, they're going to move AP. Andrew Phillips, they're going to move him from his receiver position and move him into the backfield. And I look to see a heavy dose of him in the second half just to get that clock, keep it moving.
So that'll be a 10-yard gain for AP. They'll mark it at the 48-yard line of the Tribe, and that'll be a first down for him. So here we go. Sloan in the shotgun. Phillips to his right. 2 wide receivers split wide each side from the left hash. They're going to give it to Phillips again. Nope, going to throw it to the outside. That one's going to be incomplete. Looking for number 14. I believe that's Carlos Hill.
Trying to get some of the numbers here. Looks like some of the offensive line is still in the game, so we're going to still see Connor Haggerty out there.
The Mavericks are a little thin there. They don't have a whole lot of number 2s. They really rotate people among that line, so there may not be a whole lot of bodies there to fill. So Sloan in the shotgun after the incompletion. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right from the left hash. Phillips to his right takes a snap. They're going to hand it to him. He's going to go right up the middle. He'll bull his way across the 45. That's where they're going to mark him. Gain of about 3.
Well, as we get into a 3rd and 7 situation here, kind of makes you wonder who our second string punter is. Give somebody else the opportunity to punt the football. Say before tonight we had only seen Buck Buchanan handle the kickoffs and the punts and the extra points and the field goals. We've seen James come in and a couple of kickoffs, did have 1 extra point blocked.
So here we go, 3rd down and about 7 for the Mavs from the 45-yard line of Jacksonville. 3 receivers split wide to the right, 1 to the left. Sloan in the shotgun, takes a snap, drops back, looking across the middle. He's probably going to be sacked. He does, back at the 50-yard line. That's where you got to get rid of that football. We'll lose about 4 by. We'll lose about 6.
Yep, it's going to make it about 4th and 12, and apparently we must not have a second string punter because Buck Buchanan is coming in to punt.
So that's going to be a loss of what, 6-5 there, says Reggie Cooper. So the Mavericks on their first possession will be forced to punt from their own, right from midfield. Ball spotted right at the 50 with 8:40 to play here in the 3rd quarter. A little low snap there. Buck will take it, and a boomer. Great kick from Buck. It's going to fall at the 10 and bounces in the end zone.
51-yard punt.
So that's where the Tribe will begin. They'll start at their own 20. 8:15 to play. Oh, that is a running clock. They have not stopping the clock. That puppy is running.
Like I say, you could kind of tell there at the end of the first half that Jacksonville, like I say, I believe they kind of lost their will, and they were really not even trying to score. They were just running the football. Didn't really have the timeouts to manage the clock, and went in without a score.
So you got a new quarterback here. That is not McCowan. I believe that's number 14 or 15 rather. 2 receivers split wide each side. Snaps taken, going to be a wildcat. Going to the outside is number 11 for the Tribe, and he'll be hit about the 25-yard line. They're going to give him the 26, maybe the 27.
Try to give you some numbers here. Some of these guys that are coming into play. Looks like at the right quarterback, number 45, Jadrick Jones, a senior defensive back, has entered the game for the Mavericks.
Well, this is number 11 for Jacksonville at quarterback. It's Tony Pearson, the senior. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Pearson in the shotgun. They're going to hand it off going up the middle. Tackle will be made from behind. That's Quinn Hawkins. Nope, that's not. It's 42. There's a flag on the play. Kind of trying to figure out what's going on here. That ball is going to be spotted about the 27. Yeah, it looks like.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 99 of the defense. a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down. Number 99, first and 15.
Looks like now it's safety for the Mavericks. You got number 11, Chazen Childs, in at one of the safeties, and then Markavian Williams is at the other safety position, replacing Paul and Buchanan at free and strong safety.
So that'll be a big penalty, 15 yards. Will mark it all the way up to the 43-yard line of Jacksonville. Oh, he's going to keep it over right side. Big hole, 50, 45, and he'll be tattooed at the Maverick 45. That's a keeper from the quarterback on the Wildcat.
I believe that was Montana Warren. He's still in at that left corner, and he makes the tackle there after the Indians make the first down.
Well, this is interesting. They've abandoned. I mean, now they're all run.
All run, and like I say, the clock is flying, and we're almost under 6 minutes now.
Yeah, Pinson in the shotgun. Fumbled snap, ball on the ground. It'll be picked up by one Jacksonville player. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. So, yeah, we're going to go from a very slow game to a very quick game as we go under 5 to play in the third quarter. It's 57-14. Marshall over Jacksonville. Second down and 10 for the Tribe from the Maverick 44. And not in any hurry is Jacksonville. I think they're trying to figure out maybe who to put in, another quarterback or another running back in. They did bring in another running back. Number 11 for them, Pinson, still in at the quarterback position. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Pinson takes it, going to hand it off, going over right side. He's going to be chased by a host of Mavericks. Tackle is going to be made by Quinn Hawkins after a gain of about 2.
Travian Jackson, which he's been playing some, but he's in there on the defensive line, and looks like number 66, Jacalen Williams. He plays on the offensive line, but looks like they're letting him play a little defense.
A gain of only 2 on the play. It'll bring up third down and just about 8 for Jacksonville from the Maverick 42-yard line. Again, our score 57-14. Marshall with the lead. Jacksonville with the ball with 4:30 to go in the third. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Henson in the shotgun. Back to his right. He's going to keep it coming to this side. He's going to be tackled there by Sam Palmer and a host of people. So I think he's going to get maybe a yard. That's it.
Sam got the cross the bow tackle there, got the helmet out in front and wrapped him up. And got him, it looks like for no gain. They're going to set up 4th and about 7.
Yep. They're going to give him a yard on that from the 42. They'll mark it at the 41. So it'll be 4th down and, like you said, a long 7 for Jacksonville with 3:49 to play here in the third quarter. 57-14 our score. Let's see if the Mavericks can get another stop. 2 receivers split wide to the right, 1 to the left. Henson in the shotgun. McCowan might be done for the night. He's got a man to his right. There's the snap. Going to fake the handoff. He's going to throw it across the middle, and it's complete. At the 30, they'll mark him at the 28. So they're going to mark him at the 20.
Skylar Whitaker.
They'll mark him at the 27. 15-yard pitch and catch. Didn't see that from Henson. So it'll be first down and 10 for Jacksonville at the Maverick 27-yard line. 3 minutes to play here in the third. 57-14 is our score. 3 receivers split wide to the right, 1 to the left. Henson in the shotgun with the back to his right. Going to take the snap, fakes the handoff, is going to throw it again across the middle, almost picked off.
That was almost another Maverick interception. That would have been 5 on the night. I'm trying to get this number, is that number 40 or 42?
That's 42, I think.
Is that 42? Is that Elijah Woolen? Or?
Yeah, that's Elijah Woolen. And that ball should have been caught by the Jacksonville Indian. He just popped off of him and almost picked off on the ricochet. So 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Henson in the shotgun, pistol formation for Jacksonville. 2nd and 10. They'll hand it off going to right side. Tackle made behind the line of scrimmage.
That's number 22, Markavian Williams.
Good tackle there.
Gets him a tackle.
Third down.
And he'll lose 2 yards. They'll mark it all the way back to the 29. There's a running play there from Jacksonville as we go under 2 minutes to play in the third. That is the fastest third quarter I've ever seen in my entire life.
After going through the longest second quarter of your life.
Yeah, we started this quarter at 9:38. It is 9:46, and it's almost over. One receiver split wide left, two to the right for Jacksonville. Pistol formation for Henson. Takes up, snaps low. It's going to be reeled in by Henson, rolling to his right. Pass is going to be picked off. Picked off at the 10. Still on his feet, coming this side. The Tribe's going to get him about the 12. I think the ball came out, and I think Jacksonville recovered. Let's see.
Well, if it did, that's going to be a first down for them.
Well, it's a change of possession. So if the ball comes out, we got the pick and the fumble. Oh my goodness. Who fumbled the who?
Well, we've seen all kind of stuff tonight. Why not let Jacksonville have a first down on an interception and a fumble?
That's when you got to know to go down. So picked off there by, I think that was Warren, and then he coughs it up at the 15. So 1st and 10 now, Jacksonville at the Marshall 15-yard line. Henson in the shotgun. Now he's going to take it, trying to roll to the outside. He'll be met by a host of Mavericks out there. Ooh.
Hey, that was Sam Palmer. He laid a little wood to him.
That's going to be a loss of 1 on the play. They'll mark him back at the 16. Host of Mavericks there. But he'll lose a yard. That's a funky possession there as we go under 23 seconds to play in the third quarter. Again, 57-14 our score.
The Indians don't have to run another play here if they choose not to. The play clock's about 2-3 seconds ahead of the game clock.
Two receivers right, one to the left, 2nd and 11 for Jacksonville. 4 seconds left here. Henson's going to snap it. I think he will. Up, ball on the turf. He's running for his life, being chased by a host of Mavericks. Hit as he throws. That's going to be pass interference.
And that's going to bring flags from every official down there in the end zone. That's the obvious call. It's going to be a first down for the Indians. They're going to set up shop. See, they were at the 16. They should move them down to the 2.
Well, it should be half the distance, I think.
I think of
inside the 20 should be half the distance.
Well, I think on a pass interference, I believe.
Is it a spot foul if it's in the end zone?
I think you can enforce it to the 2. I think it's where they should mark the ball.
Well, let's see here. That there will be one untimed down because there was a penalty on the defense. You cannot end the quarter on a penalty.
Defense number 24. Foul occurred in the end zone by rule. The ball will be placed at the 2-yard line.
There you go.
We will have one untimed down.
So because the penalty occurred in the end zone, the ball by rule is placed at the 2. So that'll be one untimed down here in the third quarter. Jacksonville knocking on the door in the Austin Bank red zone. They'll come out in the pistol. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. And we have a stoppage in play. They want them to reset the game clock. They will do that. So one untimed down here in the third quarter from the pistol, right hash. Jacksonville, Henson takes it. Oh, goes right, nobody there, but he's going to sneak his way in the end zone for a touchdown.
Had him for a loss, and he wiggled his way loose, and he's going to fall into the end zone. It's going to score here in the last play of the third quarter.
So 57-20 our new score, as each team had one possession in the third quarter. So Jacksonville will come on to kick the point after. And that's one where the Mavericks got the ball on the interception, gave it right back. So that's 5 interceptions on the night, and Marshall's first turnover on the same possession. They fumbled, gave it back to the Tribe. At the 15, they take it in for the touchdown. 57-20 as we await the point after. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is no. Is that good?
Yep, it
barely
eased over the crossbar.
So, with no time left in the third, we're going to the fourth quarter. Our new score, Marshall 57, Jacksonville 21. Stay with us. You're listening to Marshall Maverick football on the heartbeat of East Texas. So here we go. The pooch kick from Jacksonville will be caught at the Maverick 38. That's where Marshall will start. Let's see if the Mavs can hold on to the ball for the whole quarter. That would be my goal if I was the Marshall Mavericks.
Yeah, let's just 4 yards in a cloud of dust. Let's just keep moving the chains, and the clock is rolling. Which it normally wouldn't have started until this play snap, but they've already got it moving, and we're down to 11:37 and rolling.
So Marshall will take the field here again. 57-21 is our score, with 11:25 to play here in the fourth quarter. Marshall
like
short an offensive lineman.
Yeah, we're short an offensive lineman. We're probably going to have to call a timeout here. That number 50 running out onto the field. That's going to be Brandon Medell. The Mavericks will use a timeout to get the proper personnel on the field.
So it's Brandon Mendel, the senior. We has a man short. I think he's the center, so it would be difficult to proceed without him out there.
Yeah, your quarterback can't snap to himself.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw Sloan, but he was like, "Hey, I can't
I can't do it all.
Can't snap it here."
It's kind of like pitching and catching. You can't pitch to yourself.
So, folks, a wild first half in this one. Again, 43 points scored by Marshall in the second quarter, and that opened it up 57-20 or 57-14 at the half. Here's our stats from the third quarter. So 37 total yards for Jacksonville, 15 passing, 22 rushing. The Mavericks had 8 yards there on rushing, one or two plays. So here's the snap to Sloan. He's going to hand it off backfield to Morrow, and he's going to be snowed under.
Nowhere to go on that.
So he'll lose a couple. They'll mark him back to the, 35?
Actually brought in Zachary Smith, who is our third-string quarterback. They've got him out here in the slot position.
So I believe that was Morrow there on the carry, if I'm not mistaken. He's going to lose, 3, Reggie? So -3 there for Morrow. We'll bring up second down and about 13 for the Mavericks. They got to get all the way to the 48 for a first down. Sloan in the shotgun, 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Got it back to his left. High snap. He's going to hand this off to Morrow, trying to get to the outside. Nothing doing. He'll be hit for a loss back to the 31.
Morrow on carry.
Well, the key to this offensive series is just to keep that clock running, which I think the clock keeper is going to assure that happens tonight.
So here we go. That's going to be third down and a lot. Let's see what the Mavericks do here.
Let's see if they'll let Sloan sling it here on this 3rd and long.
The 2 receivers split wide each side. Sloan in the shotgun from the right hash. Takes it, drops back, looking to pass. He's going to sling this one across the middle. Great pass, completed the 45-50. And that'll be a first down. They'll mark it at the 45 of
the Mavericks going in, or actually of Jacksonville, and that was Zachary Smith on the catch. That's our third-string quarterback with a nice catch and run.
So 24 yards from Sloan to Smith. Great catch there. Good route.
Tell you
That'll
what,
be a first
Zachary,
down.
he impressed me during the scrimmage. I thought he looked really well at the quarterback position. Very athletic.
So 2 wide receivers left. They're going to hand it off. Coming left side, lots of room there. He'll pick up a couple.
That's Javian Morrow.
That's going to be a gain of 5 there for Morrow on 1st and 10.
These type halves kind of make it difficult for broadcasters as well. It's we don't have quite the excitement we had in the first half, and kind of a letdown just trying to the goal here just to get the game over with.
So 2nd down and 5. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Sloan in the shotgun with a man to his right. On 2nd and 5 from the Jacksonville 40. Snap is back, looking to pass again. This one will be complete to the outside. I think that's Smith, and he'll be hit pretty hard.
As I say, that's what is that?
Jacksonville's players over here doing a little extra talking.
Yeah, don't get thrown out of the game. Let's don't. Was that 88 or was that 80? I think
believe that was 80.
I believe that's 80. I can't imagine. It's Christopher George, senior wide receiver. I just couldn't imagine why we would have Ja'Cory Smith out there playing.
That's not a very good spot. I thought he got closer to the stick, so that's only going to be a gain of what, 2? 2-yard pitch and catch there to George. So here we go, 2 receivers left. Marshall looked like we left early there, no call. Sloan looking to throw. It's got to get rid of this one. He's going to throw. That's got to be grounding. He wasn't outside the tackle box, and there wasn't anybody out there, but the ball did get outside the line of scrimmage.
Yeah,
so.
he got it past the line of scrimmage. So it's going to bring up 4th and 3 from the 38.
Yep. So
why not go ahead and bring in Buchanan and see if he can hit about a 55-yarder here?
Well,
look good on his resume.
And folks, clock's still running here. 7:24 to play here in the football game. Yeah, that is grounding. I thought that was grounding. So.
Loss of down at the spot of the foul. It'll be 4th down.
Yeah, that's a loss of down spot foul. There wasn't anybody even remotely close to that football, so I think that's the correct call.
Well, I think it's because he wasn't outside the tackle box. You got to get outside the tackles, and you've got to get the ball back to the line of scrimmage, which he did. But I think he was still in that box, and that drew the foul.
So 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. There's going to be a timeout, Jacksonville. So 7:12 to play here in the football game. 57-21 is our score. Marshall with the lead in the football. Be nice to get a first down here. Use about 3 more minutes off that clock, Glenn, because I think that would be about 3 minutes with the running clock.
Yeah, that would get it down real close to the end.
So, folks, the tale of this football game, 14-7 going into the second quarter, and Marshall explodes for 43 points in every conceivable fashion. They scored in all kinds of ways really quickly, and the Mavericks turned this one into a runaway. 57-21 with 7:12 to play.
Really stretched the game out with all those scores, and you have to line out and kick and spot and start. It just really makes for a long half.
So here we go, 4th down and about 13 for Marshall. They've got to get all the way down to the 35 of Jacksonville for a first down from the 48. 2 receivers split wide each side. Sloan drops back. He's got plenty of time. Jacksonville's dropped everybody back. He's got a man across the middle. It'll be caught for the first down at the 32-yard line. Needed the 35, got the 32.
Try to get a number on that receiver. Say again, these are got to be the worst jerseys for the Mavericks to read numbers black with red numbers, and they're not real big.
So 32 yards, Reggie? How many? 16 yards to the 32. That's George's second catch. It'll be 1st and 10, Marshall from the Jacksonville 32-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Sloan in the shotgun. He'll take it down inside the 5. They're going to hand this one off to Morrow. Ooh, he'll make one man miss. Still on his feet to the 30, to the 25-20, and knocked out of bounds. Good run there from Morrow. Should be enough for the first down. They'll spot him in the Austin Bank red zone right at the 20.
Chase, would you like a little excitement here late in the fourth quarter? From Texas High. 11 minutes left to play. Texas High 30, Hallsville 24.
Ooh, that one's getting tight. Reggie, how many was that? 12 yards there for Mr. Morrow. That is getting tight down there. That'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
They've got almost a quarter to play, and Hallsville is within a score of taking the lead.
Well, that'd be huge for Marshall. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right from the 20. Sloan takes it, fakes the handoff to Oak, gives it to Morrow, going over right side over the 20. He'll stiff arm one at the 15. He'll carry one to the 10, and he'll take him out of bounds at the 5. So Marshall knocking on the door again. It'll be 1st and goal from the 5.
Now, wouldn't that be a way for Hallsville to break that losing streak that they're on to go? Well, actually, they're at home. I said Texarkana, they're playing in Hallsville. But wouldn't that be a great win for them over there and Coach Strickland to upset the kind of the district leader?
So 14 yards there for Morrow. They'll mark it on the 6-yard line, not the 5. So it'll bring up 1st and goal for the Mavericks from the Jacksonville 4-yard line, or 6-yard line. 57-21 our score. They're going to hand it off to Morrow. He's going to bust it to the outside. He'll stiff arm one. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
I tell you what, you got to feel like he's probably got a little less blocking than what Davis has with the personnel out there right now. But Morrow's running pretty hard, doing a good job stiff arming, trying to fight for those extra yards.
They're going to give him one down to the 5. It'll bring up 2nd down and goal for the Mavericks with 4:20 to play here in the football game. 57-21 as the Marshall Mavericks are knocking on the door from the 5. We're going to have to go check one of these touchdowns in the first half. I've got Chi-Chi Roberson carrying it in from 1 yard out. Some other folks have Morrow. I think it was Chi-Chi.
Yeah, Chi-Chi, he's on that. It wasn't really a jet sweep, but he came around the end.
So here we go. Sloan takes it, hands it off to Morrow. He'll bust his way across the line of scrimmage. He'll carry some Jacksonville Indians with him. And he'll take it in for the score.
Good hard run there by Morrow as he's going to put the Mavericks into the 60s with that 4-yard run.
So Morrow picks up 4 on the carry, and he'll take 6 to the house.
And looks like brought Buchanan back out to get the extra point here. Maybe this is attempting some kind of a record or something for extra points in a game.
So that's going to be an 8-play drive for the Mavericks, started at the Marshall 38-yard line. So we'll get those numbers for you in a minute as we await the point after from Buck Buchanan. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up, and it is right down the middle. 3:21 to play here in the football game. Marshall 64, Jacksonville 21. Stay with us. You're listening to Maverick Football on the heartbeat of East Texas. Well, folks, welcome back here to Marshall's Maverick Stadium. The Mavs go 8 plays, 62 yards for the Community Health Corps touchdown. It's a 5-yard TD run from Morrow over the left side, and that is your Kyle Dansby scoring recap. In Marshall tacks on some more to take it over 60. Our score now 64-21, all Big Red tonight.
Well, either our second-string kicker hurt himself or Buck just pleaded with the coach that he wanted to play some more. He kicked that extra point, and he's out there in the huddle to tee it up here and kick it off with the 64-21 Maverick lead with 3:21 to play.
I mean, what a performance tonight for the Marshall Mavericks. A big win for them, and it sets up a big one next week against Texas High. Let's see if Hallsville can help us out tonight. That one is now a 1-score game in Texarkana, or in Hallsville. Here comes the kick from Buchanan. Whoa, he's rested. This one is going to go out the back of the end zone. Boomer from Buck.
I think we just need to change his name to Boomer Buchanan.
Yeah.
Instead of Buck.
He would get a great NIL if he went to Oklahoma. Boomer Buck. So here we go. It's going to be 1st and 10 for Jacksonville from the 25-yard line. This will be only the 4th possession of the second half after I filled the play sheet in the first.
I say that the clock is rolling and we're at 3 minutes to play. This is a classic running clock, second half.
And really, with McCowan apparently hurt, that really is what you need to do for Jacksonville. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Henson in the shotgun from the left hash. He'll take the snap, drops back to pass, has a man open at the 28. Mavericks will miss him. He'll carry it over the 30. They'll mark him at the 33. And we want that clock to run.
Run, baby, run.
2nd down, about 2 for Jacksonville from their own 33-yard line. 2.5 left to play in this one. It's 64-21, all Big Red. And I might get my Blizzard after all if they're open till 11.
It's going to be over at 10-10.
2 receivers right. They'll hand it off in the backfield, and he'll be hemmed in by a Maverick. It's going to be a loss of about 6 to 8.
Maverick made the tackle. That is at 42.
And I think that's Woolen.
Is that Woolen? Yep. Woolen got in there and made the shoestring tackle. He grabbed a hold of his foot, had him in a bear trap. He just wasn't going to let him go.
It's going to be a loss on the play of 5 yards, says Reggie Cooper. It'll bring up 3rd and about 7 as we go under 1:40 to play here in the football game. Again, 50 or 64-21 our score now. Jacksonville, 2 receivers to the right, 1 left. Henson in the pistol. takes the snaps, going to hand it off. Nope, going to keep it, and he is met right there by a Maverick and two Mavericks.
That's 22, McCavian Williams. He's getting his name called quite a bit since he's come into the game.
Yeah, that's going to be a loss. Henson will lose about 2 back to the original line of scrimmage. They'll mark him right at the 26-yard line. So it's going to be a loss of 2 on the play, and so it'll bring up 4th down rather. I would think you'd punt this with a minute to play, but I guess you run one more play and hope Marshall takes a knee.
Yeah, you would. Certainly, I would hope that we would take the knee if they don't convert here. Of course, time we change sides, the clock may have expired. It's running with 49 seconds to play.
3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Henson in the shotgun, 4th down and 9, and Jacksonville's going to call a timeout.
Doing everything they can to prolong the game.
May come out and punt this here. We'll see. 35 seconds left to play in the football game. 64-21. The Mavericks are going to put this one in the books tonight. This will move Coach Greedle to 15-11 with the Mavs. It's three wins in a row, as you pointed out earlier.
Well, just the scores in the rest of the district play, Nacogdoches and Pine Tree, that one still can go either way. There's 1:47 left to play in the game. It's 18-13 Pine Tree with the lead. It looks like Mount Pleasant is going to come out on top over White House as they have stretched their lead out to 23-7 in the battle of the district winless. That was the district winless game. So White House is going to fall to 0-2 and not getting an update. Hallsville, Texas high score still showing to be 30-24.
So Henson throws it out quick to the outside, and they'll pick up the 1st down plus some. Tackle will be made at about the 42-yard line, and should be the last play of the football game. We go under 20 seconds here again, running clock. So 64-21, I don't think they'll run another play. That should do it. It'll be a Jacksonville 1st down at the 43, but I think that's going to be it. As we go under 8 seconds, the teams will line up, and that will be your football game. Folks, we'll give you the final stats here in just a minute, but the Mavericks roll over the Jacksonville Indians. Final score tonight, Marshall 64, Jacksonville 21. Stay with us. We'll wrap this one up from Maverick Stadium right after this.
Welcome back to Maverick Stadium as Chase Palmer and Reggie Cooper, they're tallying the stats. Probably won't be a whole lot of meaningful change adding on to the first half. Almost a historic half for the Mavericks. I'm sure you've been listening and know the final. The Mavericks squeak one out with a 64-21 victory over the Jacksonville Indians. That's going to move the Mavericks to 2-0. In district play, 3-2 overall. They will prepare now to head to Texarkana next Friday night as Texarkana, Texas High. They're in Hallsville tonight, and there's about 5 minutes left to play over there. The Tigers continue to lead 30-24. Outcome on that one still could go either way. We're certainly pulling for the Bobcats, but if they're unable to overtake the Tigers, it'll be the battle of the unbeatens next Friday night. If Texas High does in fact go 2-0, the Mavericks already 2-0. The other final in the district, Pine Tree was able to hold on against Nacogdoches, 18-13 down there in Nac. That's going to move Pine Tree to 1-1. Nacogdoches will fall to 1-1. And looks like Mount Pleasant is going to prevail over White House. That one's 23-7 with about 8 minutes to play. If that one holds on, White House will be 0-2. Mount Pleasant will move to 1-1. Big night for the Mavericks. Got to see a lot of kids play in the second half, get a little meaningful playing time. It's always good to get some of those kids in the game and let them get under the Friday night lights. And I think Chase has given me the look here that I think they've drawn the double line under the stats and are ready to share it with the crowd.
We're getting close. I'm going to wait for Mr. Reggie to finish his tally, but let's talk a little bit about just how crazy this football game was. 64-21 our final score here tonight from Marshall's Mavericks Stadium. A big win for the Mavericks in what could have easily been a trap game. The Mavericks started down 7-0 in the first quarter, but man, it was all big red after that. And the Mavericks get the big win here tonight, their third win in a row. And Glenn, it sets up a big one next week. The Mavericks and Texarkana Texas High up at Texarkana. And no matter what happens tonight with Hallsville, I mean, if they win, that's great for us. But no matter that, that's a place we have really struggled to win historically in the past.
Yeah, it looks like Texas High is going to probably pull that one out. They have scored again. It's 37-24 with about 4 minutes to play. So I'll just probably, as they do maybe on election night, declare a winner. I'm going to declare Texas High the winner there and go ahead and move them to 2-0. And like I say, they'll should be probably the game of the week. You got two district opponents, a long history of playing each other, 2-0, and like I said in the pregame, I think whoever wins that game next Friday night almost puts one foot into the doorway into the playoffs.
Well, it would really solidify Marshall, like you said, as a playoff team. But what it would also, man, if we were able to win that game next week, it really sets up a potential district championship for Marshall in a team that Texas football picked fourth and most publications picked fifth, missing the playoffs. So far Marshall is sitting in a really good spot right now. And, I mean, that's right where you wanted to be after the first two games of district.
Well, and you look at after next week, I mean, we certainly want to be victorious there, but when we roll out of Texas High, the last four games of the district for the Mavericks are going to be right now a Hallsville team that's 0-2. They'll play a Mount Pleasant team that's 1-1, Nacogdoches is 1-1, and a White House team that's 0-2.
So listen to this. Just got this update from Hallsville. The Bobcats turned the ball over on downs at the 9-yard line going in. The next play, Texas High takes it 91 yards for a touchdown, and that makes it the 37-24 score. So tell you what, Hallsville is playing really, really well, evidently. I mean, they might have taken a step back last week against Jacksonville, but if you're hanging with Texas High, you're doing something right over there. So that's impressive. So I tell you what, let's look at these stats right quick, and then we'll give you the players of the game and get on out of here. So second half stats here for Texas High, brought to you by Brad Burris, Century 21, a select group.
Texas High
or Jacksonville. Sorry, I'm already in Texarkana.
You're already in Texarkana.
Okay, so let's see. Rushing, second half rush totals, 15 yards on the ground, 40 yards through the air, 55 yards of total offense in the second half for the Tribe. So they will finish the night with 306 yards of total offense. Little deceptive. They had 57 yards rushing, 249 passing. 16 of 31 goes the combination of Henson and McCowan on the night, again for 249. On the Mavericks side, we'll flip it over. Marshall had 38 yards rushing in the second half, 42 yards through the air, 80 total yards. So they'll finish with 346. 163 on the ground, 183 through the air. Again, very balanced for Marshall. The Mavericks, Sloan and Olvera, will finish a combined 8 for 14 for 183. Had all kinds of touchdowns here, there, and everywhere. We'll try to give you some of those stats here real quick, but it looks like J.Q. Davis will finish the night, 9 totes, 124 yards, 2 touchdowns. Ja'Cory Smith's going to have 4 receptions, 62 yards, and a TD. Chichi Roberson's going to have 1 reception, 79 yards. Is that correct? 1 reception, 79 yards, and a touchdown.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that went over the middle.
And then a 48-yard. I think that actually should have been a Ja'Cory Smith touchdown. Is that correct?
Well, they actually, I think he got tackled. No, he.
Yeah, I think Ja'Cory had those 2 TDs, but Roberson does have a touchdown. A 48-yard punt return touchdown and the little 1-yard run there to end the half. So he scores twice. And then Quinn Hawkins, 2 pick sixes, totaling a 90-yard return and a 40-yard return. So he has 130 yards on 2 interception returns, both for touchdowns. So the Mavericks pick off Jacksonville tonight 5 times. They have 1 turnover of their own. They will win on the scoreboard where it matters.
That's what matters.
So, again, the Mavs win tonight. Your final score, homecoming festivities and all. The Mavericks win 64-21. Stay with us. We'll be back right after this. We'll give you our players of the game. I think we're going to have more than one. We'll give you our players of the game, and then we'll talk a little bit about next week and where we expect you to be next Friday night. Stay with us. We'll be back right after this. Well, welcome back here to Marshall's Maverick Stadium. We're going to wrap this post-game show up quickly. Marshall, the big winner tonight. They win 64-21 over Jacksonville. They move to 3-2 on the season. They've won their 3rd straight game. More importantly, they're now 2-0 in district play, and they will meet the big Texarkana Tigers next week. They also 2-0, 5-0 on the season is Texas High, so that's going to be a huge game next week, Glenn.
It's time to tame the Tigers.
That's right. It is time to tame the Tigers. So let's talk a little bit about player of the game. Who you got?
Well, mine is a no-brainer tonight. I mean, a lot of kids played well. I'm going to go with Quinn Hawkins, number 23, with the 2 interceptions for touchdowns.
All right, we got two in here. Topher also says Quinn Hawkins. So that's your we're going to have a defensive and an offensive player of the game. That's your defensive player of the game. I'm with you, Quinn Hawkins. You don't see many folks have 2 pick sixes for 130 total yards. So I got you there. Offense, who you got?
I tell you what, I'm going to go kind of non-traditional. We've not so much the stats, but I'm going to give my offensive player to Ja'Cory Smith for his downfield blocking, contributing to 2 touchdowns by his teammates.
Yeah, 4 receptions, 62 yards. I think he had maybe 2. We're a little confused there whether they had 1 or 2 touchdowns, Ja'Cory Smith, but great first half for him. No playing in the second. Offensive player of the game, Reg, who you got? Oh, everybody. Reg says everybody. Topher, who you got? Offensive player. I got you on defense. Who you got on O?
Maybe Davis.
Yeah, I'm going to have to throw Davis in there as well. 9 totes, 124 yards, 2 touchdowns, had 2 long runs on those one-play drives. So, and then last but not least, special teams player of the week.
Buck Buchanan. Hey, we haven't been doing that, but if we're going to do that's almost a no-brainer. What a game by Buck Buchanan tonight.
Good job there from Buck Buchanan. Had a 46-yard field goal in the second quarter. Was perfect on PATs. Well, one of those. Well, one was blocked.
That was James.
That was James, okay.
James.
So perfect on PATs, and then obviously those kickoffs and punts. We didn't punt much tonight, but those kickoffs were something.
Had a 51-yard punt.
All right, folks, so listen, we're sitting right here with the crew. We need you next week in Texarkana. That's a huge game for Marshall. The Mavericks 3-2. They're rolling into Texarkana on a 3-game win streak. They get better every single week. Played really well again tonight. We need a huge showing in Texarkana on Friday night.
Come early, stay late, and be loud.
That's right. Wear your red, bring your cowbells, and let's see if we can bring a win back down Highway 59. So, final tonight, 64-21. The Mavericks get the win over Jacksonville. For the whole crew, we'll see you next week in Texarkana, Texas. How about them Marshall Mavericks?